I would work Monday through Friday, and on the weekends I had work. And even if I didn't have work, I would look for work. I'll call my friend, be like, "Yo, what are you doing today?" "Oh, I'm filming." I'm like, "Yo, can I go?" Like, I just wanna. You don't have to pay me. I just wanna go.
What's up, everyone? You're tuning into the Diamond Strong podcast. It's where you come feeling good and you leave feeling great. The action starts now. Yeah, bro. No, you had it good, bro. You had it
My
good.
first video is like, dude, I don't even look back at it. It makes me want to throw up. So
what did you record it on? What did you record it on?
You have to keep it.
I have it. It's like it's. I sometimes I post it. I have it hidden in my post.
Instagram.
It was a Sony A600. No, I did it with a camera. It was a Sony A600, I think.
You're speaking gibberish to me. I don't know shit about.
I'm sure.
Yo, he's ranking on me. Puello is what he's doing. Hold up.
That's the camera you have.
Yo, why you trying me like that?
It gets the job done, bro.
Bro, obviously, this one right here.
That one. No. Let me turn this fan.
Yo, let me ask you a question though, bro. For podcast, it's not like I'm videoing stuff like you, bro. Obviously, but like
That's
just
perfect.
For this, right? Like you don't need anything else.
The only thing is like you can't change the lens on that one, right? So it's like you have to.
You can.
Oh, okay. So what I had, you couldn't even change the lens. So that's better than mine.
Oh shoot! All right, this one's A6 6400.
Exactly, it's a little better, yeah.
All right. It's not that bad then. Never mind. But damn, bro, I'm about to say, yo, a minute in, he tried me already. Yo, that camera's whack.
No, it looks good.
Oh man, but dude, I just got it, and so what do you do? I guess, bro. Before, well, whatever, it already started, but yo, so what's up with why does the camera stop recording sometimes? Because I know this one doesn't have a limit, but
if it doesn't have a limit, it shouldn't. But some cameras have like a limit to them, like the new Sonys because they heat up. But check the settings. You said it's not supposed to, and it still does. Yeah, I'm sure it's somewhere.
No, so the first time when I started with the original settings, it was straight, right? But then I started recording in 4K, and when I recorded in 4K, it started saying that the camera was overheating.
Yeah, so then it stops because, it's a lower budget camera, so it just stops.
It's a whack camera, bro. That's what it is.
No, after a certain time, it overheats and then it stops. So like the bigger ones, they're made for like longer periods.
All right, so yeah, it's crazy, bro, because like technically I don't need the better camera, right? Because like for what I'm shooting, I don't need a better camera. I just need a better, I guess, one that holds it longer or whatever to record longer. Because I'm not shooting crazy content.
Mm-hmm. You need
it
something
sucks,
that's good
bro. It's like, I don't need.
You need to look something that's good for a podcast.
Yeah. Which would be that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be that?
For to have it longer, like on, for example, like the Black Magic is not even that expensive. The one I use, and it comes with a feature that you can connect it directly to the power instead of a battery, so that it could always have power. Mm-hmm. It's literally never gonna turn off. So you can look for something like that where you can connect it directly to your plug.
Yeah, but again, like
does that record 4K too?
The podcasts are only an hour long.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Well, I mean, some may go longer, but like still, it can last an hour, right?
4K, you're probably gonna have to do like 1080p or something. Because it's the 4K that's making that happen. So.
Nah, hell nah, bro.
We need that 4K.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is that there was 4K with.
Soon you're gonna have a studio,
there's something,
and then you're gonna have all the cameras set up, and
that's it.
You're gonna edit live, and then that's it. So little by little.
Dude, that's the goal right there, is to edit live, bro. Because I wanted to ask you about that too. That's one of the things that we're gonna talk about is editing, but we'll get there. Yeah. We're gonna start at the beginning, bro. I wanna talk to you a little bit more about.
I think he froze.
Yo.
No,
you're back.
Oh, okay.
You froze for me. You're back. You're back.
You froze for a second. You froze again?
All right, my bad.
Oh, okay.
No, so I wanna talk to you about. Damn, bro, that's that Wi-Fi is kicking. Talk to me a little bit more about when you started, bro. As a kid, like, what did you really love? Like, it doesn't have to be about filming, nothing like that. Like, I want to hear about you when you were a kid, bro. Like, what really you loved and what you wanted to do when you grew up, per se. Even though you're still young, I consider you not
Yeah,
as young as what you
I'm
look, obviously,
I'm
because
23
you're a
now,
professional
so
at what you do.
I'm 23 now, so yeah, I'm pretty. Um, bro, I mean, I grew up in Cuba. I came here when I was 8,
Mhm.
so you know it's very different back in Cuba. Like, I'm so glad that I grew up in Cuba because, you know, over there you kind of like mature faster because you're in the streets playing with kids. Like, there's no danger, you know, there's no traffic. Like, I lived in a very small town where we literally had a park in the front, and then like a little like not a beach, but I don't even know how to say it in English, but it was like, you know, just like not a river. What do you call it? But it was just like a piece of water.
Un lago.
Like a lake,
Un lago. There
un
you go.
lago.
A
Dile en
river.
español, bro. Olvídate eso, bro.
Okay.
Dile en
Un
español.
lago. So, you know, I grew
Ajá.
up there,
Un
and
río.
it was like I didn't really know, like, as a like that young, like what to do. I just, bro, I used to go to school, and I was always like curioso. I was always curious to just like do things and
Sí.
be the one to help around. Like, I remember like when I was 7, we had a hurricane in '08 in Cuba, and I was always like the one helping all the neighbors and everything. Like, I was always very hands on with things, but I didn't really know, like, you know, what I wanted to be, or it wasn't even like a thought. I was so young, you know, a kid. And then I ended up coming here through because my dad left Cuba. My dad was a pediatrician when he was in Cuba, and back then Cuba used to do like a swap with doctors where they would change doctors for goods. Crazy, like communism shit.
Mhm.
And then my dad went to Mexico in '04. He never went back. It was like they traded him, but he never came back. He crossed the border and he came in '04.
Yeah.
Then we came after. But like as a kid, like that young, and I don't want to keep talking because then I don't want to lose the track of where we're going. But like as a very young kid, it was just fun, and it was just in Cuba, you know, and it taught me a lot. I'm so glad that I was like, and I still remember, like I remember I have memories like in Cuba when I was like 8, 7. That I still remember, you know. So it was definitely like fun,
Yo, talk to
and
me.
I'm glad.
Yeah, and what about in school, bro? Like, what would you? And again, this is something that's obviously crazy different, I'm sure. And you were able to experience both, right? Coming to school here
Mm,
and going to school in Cuba. But like,
yeah.
what were you taught in school? What do you remember the most, and what do you think was maybe impactful or like not impactful at all, and something that you wish you would have never seen, or was there any things like that?
And but that would be more like here already, right? You're talking about like when I'm already here, because Cuba,
Okay.
I finished
Yeah.
fourth grade in Cuba, but then when I got here, I started fourth grade again because my mom like wanted me to restart because I knew no
Oh,
English.
gotcha.
You know, I was like strictly
Yeah.
Spanish, and I was doing all the E. So I grew up here in South Florida,
Mm,
Hialeah area. So I went to school here,
yeah.
and then I caught on. But in school, I was always I didn't like school. It wasn't really my thing. But like I guess like what I liked doing the most was like either PE or like science and shit like that. But like I didn't like numbers. Like I never had great grades in school. My mom would help me with. I remember my mom would get mad at me helping me, like doing all my homework, like all my math shit. Cause like school was just never like I just never like, you know, I didn't know. Like even after when I was older, like in high school, it was just like, what is this for? Because I didn't want to be, you know, my parents are both doctors. Even now, my dad still works in the medical field. My brother had started to be a dentist, which he left after. But like, you know, it was kind of like in the family. I'm like the only one that was like different, you know, that I went a different route because literally everybody else in my family has gone to school. Even my brother now, he's like a store manager out of Publix. You know, if you're from South Florida, you know what that is. But you know, he left school too, so it was definitely different, and it's a different experience for sure.
Damn. Bro, it's funny because like Puello and I were like really, really good in school. We got great grades. We studied a lot, right? Right, P?
Dude,
Oh
No,
shit.
absolutely not, bro. I get it. You know what's crazy, man? It's like you surround yourself with so many people, bro. So many people that like kind of have a common. Bro, I like to talk to people that have been very successful in a creative field, right? In a field that other people aren't very successful in. And a lot of them start with the same thing. Like, bro, I didn't like school. Did you
yeah,
ever feel like you were bored in school, that you were just absolutely
yeah.
wasting
I
time?
Every
had my
day. Every day. Every day.
day, dude. I had my senior year because I went to a block schedule school, meaning we had 3 classes one day and 3 the next day. The absences count as
Mhm.
2. I had 380 something absences my senior year, dude. I didn't graduate. I ended up graduating not from. I went to Hialeah High here in Hialeah, So I ended up, but because my dad really wanted me to like, he was like, no, you should really get a high school diploma at least. And I ended up going to this because I literally went a week before school was done to the consular, and I was like, hey, I'm here to like drop out. And then she goes like, what do you mean? You can't just like drop out when there's a week left in school. Like you need your parents. Like it's more than that. So I ended up moving to another school that was online, and you pass like 4 exams and you get your high school diploma. It wasn't a GED. I actually have my high school diploma, but from a different school. At the time, I told my dad, hey, like if you really want me to get this, it's 1,500. So put it on your credit card. I was young. I was like, what, 17 when I graduated, 18. He put it on his credit card. I've yet to pay him back. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you back, whatever. And then after like years passed, and even now I tell him the joke, like I did this shit for you, bro. Like, I don't care about the paper. It was for you, so you pay. And even now, like he's like, nah, it's paid off now, but I never gave him the bread for the credit card.
He's gonna come collect at the worst time.
Yeah, the worst time he's gonna be like, yo,
he's gonna come get it, bro.
The worst time.
So
he's like, hey, just give me that camera. You
bro,
give me that camera.
Exactly. But now school was never really. I never saw me doing anything in school, and I didn't know what I was gonna do either. Like, it wasn't like I knew what I was gonna do. I also didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I was just in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And bro, I know a lot of people when they have a lot of kind of setbacks when it comes to school and so. I'm sorry, I keep peeking, bro. There's a little homie walking a little too close.
No,
to
you're
my
good.
House.
You're good.
But we're all right. No, we're good. But dude, can you talk to me a little bit about those 300 days, bro? Or let's say 100, however many damn absences you had. A lot of people, they go and like go into things that maybe they shouldn't be doing. Like, what were you doing when you weren't in school, bro?
I was either playing Call of Duty with my friends, or that was like young. That was probably like sophomore. That was like freshman, sophomore year. But then like junior, senior year, I was skipping to go work because I had OJT, which is like when you leave early, but I had it for 12:20, which was after lunch. It's after lunch. I would leave at 10:30, so I would go to first period and then go home every day. Like probably like more than 70% of my senior and junior year, I just left. They got to the point that I would go home, and my mom, like my mom was always home. She never worked. She was a stay-at-home mom. My dad worked. So after a while, my mom just gave up on me, dude, because she would see me walk in the door like 10:30, 11 a.m. to either go to sleep or I would be like, oh, I'm going to work, and I would just leave.
Yo, why at some point, why even like just wake up to go to school then?
I don't know. They were just like I was getting. My parents, they thought I was going, and I would go for first period, or sometimes I would like not go to first period and then go to second and third, but I would still count absent. That happened a lot. I would still count absent because I didn't go to first period, so they marked me. With first period is like where you get your shit
attendance.
Attendance, exactly.
Your attendance.
But what about the good stuff of school, like girls and friends and shit like that?
Dude, I know, bro. That's what I was thinking too, Pete. I'm like, yo, what about the chicks, the this, the that? Like, yo, you didn't even care.
About school.
I honestly was different for me, bro. I was always very shy. Younger, I was very shy to talk to girls, or just I was like insecure. I grew up like I was always a little bit not fat, but like young. High school, no, but like middle school, elementary, I was like a little bit like chubby. And I had like little man boobs, and I was always insecure to even take off my shirt in front of people and shit like that. So I feel like growing up with that made me like insecure. And I had friends, and like I said, I would either leave to go play with them. Like I had a friend, his name is Jimmy. He lives right next to the school, so we would leave, go play. But it was never to like smoke weed or do like just things that we just did things that people my age would do, which was play video games or whatever. And then I had a girlfriend, so when I was 16. I was a sophomore in high school. My girlfriend was my ex-girlfriend at the time. Was in 11th grade. So I had a girlfriend through my whole high school. So it was kind of like I was never really like
Yeah, so you didn't care about the extra
messing around.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it was like my girl. It was like the girl at the time, and then my friends that we would leave, like I said, to play or to chill. But it was never like bad. It was never to go do shit. We did some stupid things sometimes, just regular.
You have to, bro.
But it
was stupid thing.
But it was never like drugs or weed or anything, which was like 50% of the school was skipped to either go smoke or do some stupid shit,
Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct, bro. But it's funny because the way that I see Pete thinking about it too. Like, yo, I used to be excited because the only time I had to have fun was while I was in school. So I was like, yo, I can't wait to get to school, bro. This is when I get to mess around all day. And then I'll go train after school or before school. But no, that's super cool. And what were you doing at that time? Like, what was your job? Like, what did you do as work?
My first ever job, I was 15 years old. I was working in Publix through my brother. Like I said, my brother's been in the company for that long. I was like a regular bagger in the front. And I was going to school also, like high school. That was like my first job. I was 15. I was already a sophomore.
Which Publix? Which Publix was that?
The one in Hialeah here in 36, next to the casino. Next to the Hialeah casino.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The one by the
post office.
The post office.
Yeah, exactly. That one. That was my first.
Yeah, by the racetrack. Well, I guess is it a?
I said that's why I said casino, but the horses. Yeah. That was my first job, and I was
the horses or whatever.
And I was going to school, and that's what I did when I told my like manager at the time, or my people, like that my schedule was open from 11 forward, so they would put me at 11 or 11:50, and that's why I would leave school even earlier to go to work. So at the time through high school, I worked at Publix. I worked at house restoration company. I left Publix and I started working at this house restoration, which was like we used to, when houses get wet or anything with like a house, when they make an insurance claim, then the insurance calls a company like this one to go and like put machines to dry out the house or put like a tarp on the roof if it's like getting wet or whatnot. That was through high school. I had left that job for a little bit, and that's where and we can get there, but that's like when I went to the gym and I met David. And then I left the gym to go back to that job. Then I went back to the gym. So that was kind of like, I only had 3 jobs: Publix, the restoration, and the gym. And then from there, the filming. So yeah, that was pretty much. I didn't have many jobs.
So making the transition. Yeah, but that's all right, bro. I guess I could relate because I haven't had many either. But I feel like I've taken a little bit from each one, bro, because one of the things that I really do like to do is like learn from others, like, and take little things that I see here and there. What are some of the things that you learned, even just from bagging groceries, bro? Like, what are some of the hard times or the tough times or the things that you were like, oh, I'll never do that again. I'll never go back and do that because I saw how it made X person feel or Y person feel. Or what are the things that you learned while you were there that you were like, yo, that was some good advice. Like somebody hooked me up. Like that was dope.
Safe to say he'll never go back to the gym.
Yeah. That's sure. And it's safe to say that you might leave soon. I can see it in your eyes.
I might have to cut that out.
But no, I was always like, honestly, I was always very mature, and I was never really like, wanted to do or hang around with people my age. So like, I feel like that taught me a lot, and like even throughout those jobs, bro, I always worked hard. Like it's just in my DNA. I think I get it from my dad, or like growing up and seeing all the shit they went through, for me to have a better life. Like, I probably get it from that, but I was always a very hard worker. And when I was in Publix, dude, the same thing. Like, I probably got paid like $12.50 an hour, and it was a part-time job, and I would do like 32 hours a week. But even then, like I always gave it 100%. And like, I'm not even lying. Like I could bring, like my brother could tell you, bro, like I always, anything I did, I would always give it 100%. And I always like treated people nice. I was in the front too. I was a cashier. I actually have people now that I know that I met through working in Publix, and like them constantly coming and me talking to them in the cashier and stuff. So it was just, things I learned a lot from Publix and from all the other jobs. And the ones I learned the most was already, and we'll get there, but through the filming stuff when I worked for people like full-time doing filming, because then that taught me even more.
Yeah.
But from all of them, 100%, I learned something from each job. It definitely taught me a lot.
Yeah. So while you're so I'm guessing from the gym is where you made the change into film. Is that kind of the way it happened, or how did you really find out that you were like, yo, I think film's what I want to do, right? Because from what I've heard, the film wasn't a thing till this age, right? Like, how old are you when you're working at the hardware place? Or
it wasn't. Filming was nothing, and I'll tell you, it literally just happened so randomly, and like that's why I'm so grateful that even though the gym, you know, looking back at it, like David said, I would never go back, and I you know, those people, whatever. But I'm so grateful that I worked there, because if it wasn't for the gym, I would have probably never picked up a camera. And it was, I worked in Publix, then I worked while I was working at that restoration, that gym had just opened up. I think that gym opened up in 2017 or 18, if I'm not mistaken.
17.
I think it's 17.
The end
The
of
gym,
17.
the gym had opened. So when I saw that the gym opened, I started going there because I lived in the corner. So I started going to the gym and working there, and then I started meeting people there. The wife, the owner's wife at the time, because he wasn't around. And one day she asked me like, "Hey, like I see you're young and you come here a lot. Like, you know, if you ever want a job, like we're you know, you could work here if you wanted." Because I would like, we created a relationship, you know, like a friendship. Um, and then I left. I was like, dude, I was like already beating myself up in this restoration job for like $12 an hour, like literally working on roofs at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I looked like, bro. I remember coming home one day and like my mom, I always tell the story. My mom cried, bro, because I wasn't going to school. I wasn't doing anything. And I came home and I would work long hours in the sun, and I was black, bro. Like I looked like a hardworking, like a Mexican. I'm not trying to be racist, but like a
Pollo. You look like
hardworking
Pollo, bro.
Mexican dad.
You look like Pollo.
I literally, bro, and like just looked like I was like worn out, bro.
Worn out.
Exactly. Like I looked like I was tired all day. Imagine working, sweating in the sun or like shit all day. So I was like, yo, you know what? Like after she said that, I was like, it's pretty much. And then when she told me what I was gonna make, it was like around the same. And I get to be at the gym. And at the time, I liked to like train and everything. So then I left that job for the gym, and then worked at the gym for a couple months. The owner ended up being around after, and I kind of, I was young and I didn't understand, you know, what life was. And when he came around and I was working so hard and he noticed how hard I was working, I kind of like got closer to him in a way. And like we used to do like, you know, everything together. Like in that gym, I mean, David, I'm sure he could tell you, I was like a business partner without being a business partner. Like I'll put it that way. It was crazy. I was so young, but I worked so hard. I was there 24/7, like
all day,
literally 24/7. Like I'm talking about Sunday, Saturday, Monday, like 24/7. It was my life. That place for $420 a week. That's how much I used to make there a week. $420 a week, and I used to do that much. And so, bro, that guy, the owner, used to have a friend of his that would go like once or twice a month or something like that to film. David, it's actually his name. You remember him?
Yeah,
David. But David went to school. Like David was doing that shit like professionally. Like his goal was to make movies.
Bro, he would come. He actually did a video for me once. He would come with his own fucking black screen. Like he'll set it up. He had like I think he actually did shoot movies or help.
No, yeah, like he graduated. Like he got his bachelor's or something in film. Like he was doing it. And he used to go to film a video for him just for like his social media, I guess. Like I don't know if it was free or he'll pay him, whatever. And one day, because I kept seeing him, and it just caught my attention. And I remember one day I asked him, like, bro, next time you come, you think I can like do the video with you? Like I know it wasn't like a very important client for him. He kind of did it as a favor, so I knew it wasn't like it had to be 100%. You know what I'm saying? So he said, yeah, bro, next time you see me, just ask me. And bro, literally what happened. Next time he came around, I told him like, yo, he's like, yo, let's do it. So I filmed the video with him. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but I did it. And I remember like a week later when he came back and he showed me it, I was like, holy shit, you know, like fuck. It's like it was just cool seeing something that like I filmed and then seeing it like edited on the phone with music. Like he's pretty good, so he did a good job. And that was like what made me fall in love with it, bro. It literally like a week or 2 weeks after, I had a couple $1,000 saved up, and I was like, yo, it was an $800 camera at the time. It was around 850 something with tax, the A600, and I had some money saved up, and I was like, fuck it, I want to start making like just doing videos, and I worked at the gym, so I bought the camera, and that's why my fitness background with videos come where I've transitioned from that now a little bit, but it started there, and I just started filming. I worked at the gym. I was there 24/7, so I just started filming people all the time. Anytime chance I got, I was filming somebody, and I would go home and edit, and I would film and edit for free. I would just be like, "Yo, can I film you?" Yeah, bro, cool, and I would do it. And bro, that's literally how it started. I mean, the story goes on, but I'll take a break. I don't know. I don't want to like take you.
I mean,
Nah.
that's the
No.
bro. Those are the goods, and I even told Willie, bro, because when you were doing that, I told him, I'm like, bro, and I don't even know if you remember, like when you told me, you're like, yo, like whenever you want, I'll record your clients, I'll
Yeah,
do this and like I'm not gonna charge you this or nothing. And I told you, I was like,
yeah.
don't do shit for free.
Yeah, I remember, bro. Like David was definitely always like somebody that told me that because I would, because I'm sure you already been through it, that people take advantage of you and shit. And I learned after, but like it was like at the time I felt like I needed to because I didn't have, I didn't know what I was doing, so I was just like
Anything at all.
anything. I was just like for free, for free, for free, and then eventually I started to be like, like if people would hit me up outside of the gym because I started posting it on social media. So then people like outside of the gym were like, "Yo, this is dope video." Because we would also post it in the gym page. I used to run the Instagram for the gym,
Instagram.
so the they weren't. I wasn't just working there. They got to the point that I was probably doing like I don't know if I put it into numbers, but X amount of numbers in my video work because I was already like I got to the point that I got good and I still did the shit for the gym, but yeah, bro, people started hitting me up, and eventually I was like, yo, I remember telling one guy one time, like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. He wanted like a 30-second video, whatever. I was like, oh, $50. He was like, all right, cool. Like, he didn't even think about it. And, bro, it just like, little by little, it just like started going into places. But yeah, David would always tell me, like, yo, don't, ain't shit for free, bro. Like, I'm going to pay you. And you paid me. Like, I remember the one time we did some video, you paid me. So it wasn't like,
Yeah, because you were young, so I know to you like it didn't matter, like you were gonna do it anyway. But I told you, I was like, bro, the time it takes you to record and the time it takes you to edit, like it's just not free. And I looked at your laptop and I'm like, yo, this MacBook wasn't free. That fucking camera wasn't free. Like you can't do shit for free. And in hindsight, now you know why I said that. You know what I'm saying? And why people are gonna take advantage. Like, oh, this guy, he'll do it for free. He's Eddie's boy. Like,
yeah, exactly, yeah. And it got to that. It eventually got to that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that definitely happened a couple times where people said, "Oh yeah, he's like that would be free." You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely.
Yeah, he'll do it. Yeah, and they're talking on your behalf now. Like, yeah, don't worry, he does it for free.
Yeah.
Now you're not.
Yo,
now
tell me. Yeah, straight up, cause like now they're not taking you as like somebody that has a profession that you do, bro. Like this is what I really do. Like nobody tells you to go to work for free, so
exactly.
I'm not coming to film for free, bro. This is what I do.
It's way different now.
So, yo, tell me how it was when you started actually filming and editing. I know there's people that literally fall in love with editing, the process of editing, or fall in love with filming. Like, which one was the one that you really fell in love with? Was there one that you're like, damn, bro, this is hard, this is annoying, but you did it anyways because you like the finished product?
I did at the time. I would like do anything that involved that, and I didn't care. So I would the same videos I was shooting, I was going home to edit, and I was enjoying the whole process. Like, I guess what made me fall in love with it and why I still love it is just the process of like just an idea in like somebody's head or just like literally something that has no visuals at all, and then like telling that story and seeing it like come
putting it to life.
And full circle, like that's what made me fall in love with it. So it wasn't like a specific thing. Like I loved filming and I loved editing, and then eventually got to the point that people started asking me like, "Hey, can you edit some of my work?" And like I started doing that, and I still do that now a lot. But no, at the time I loved both. I loved anything that had to do with it, bro. Like and then eventually it happened that like I would work at the gym Monday through Friday, and then people would hit me up on the weekends, and I used to do like freelance work on the weekends and shit. But yeah, no, I loved anything that had to do with either a camera or just video in general. Photography was never. I do it now, sorry, for my clients and stuff, but I never really got into it. It was more of like just telling a story through video that was like what caught my attention.
Yeah. Is is I guess is there like a actual list that you like write down? I saw that like on your iPad you have like these notes that you're going through like when you're doing like the behind the scenes videos. Is that what you're talking about like storytelling? Are those the different
Yeah,
clips
those
as a I guess
those are
director as well, right? Like
those are called more like treatments, and like you do them for like, you know, I do things, and it's what I do now, bro. I do anything that makes money. Obviously, I know my worth, and I go to a certain level, but like I'll do a huge production with a huge team that I put together, or I'll be a part of, or I'll do something smaller that is just me. You know what I'm saying? So,
mhm.
um, what was your question again? I totally forgot the question.
I was looking through your Instagram and I saw kind
Oh,
of
the
on
list,
your
yeah.
iPad
So
like
those are
yeah
like
the list and stuff. Like
those
what
are
is that
treatments and
to
things,
the
and
storytelling kind of?
yeah, so that's more like either like the story, or like when I've worked and done campaigns for companies and stuff, like, you know, you just brainstorm and you put everything on paper, and like you create it, you know, you pretty much doing the treatment like music videos when we do them. And I can show you some after, like we literally write down exactly like, oh, this is the story, this is where he's gonna be, this is the angle, like, you know, you just put it on paper so that you don't show up empty handed and then you're trying to figure it out in the spot. And that's what I used to do in the beginning. I used to just show up and film. You know, it's different now. I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
show
Oh
up.
yeah, I'll do
You know,
whatever you think. Yeah.
nowadays I don't. Yeah, now I don't really just show up and film. It's like, you know, most of the time everything is planned, because you know that's when things take that step, when they're planned, and you get to, you know, do
So
more.
all right, now I might be pushing it to the limit now, but I kind of want to hear the story. Like I want to hear when like from the first step, right? If somebody comes up to you and
Yeah,
says, "Hey, Chris, I want you to film a music video for me." Like, what's the first step? What do you do? Hey, let's sit down, have a meeting, let's talk about this, talk about that. Like,
yeah,
what's that process look like? So people understand why he charges what he does. I don't know what he charges, but I'm sure it
yeah.
ain't cheap, dog.
Should
And I
I?
want people to understand kind of that,
Yeah.
like what it really takes, bro, behind the scenes.
Should I? I can answer that question, but you want me to keep going with the story of how I got to? I don't know if we should get there before I finish the story. I cut out in the
Go
gym.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Let's get
It
there
goes
first.
it goes
Yeah,
from
yeah, my
there.
bad. Go ahead. Go ahead, go
Um,
ahead. Sorry,
no,
sorry.
so
I did jump that. Go ahead.
no,
Finish
you're
that.
good. It's just I keep stopping because I don't. I can just keep going, but I don't want to sound like a broken record.
No, yeah, keep
Um,
going. That's right, bro. I forgot too, bro. Honestly, because I was yo, I love this stuff, bro. Now I'm getting deep into what I love too, bro. You see,
yeah,
I'm at
yeah,
the
you
start
get,
too. I'm at where
yeah,
you were back then.
yeah, yeah.
But go ahead.
Bro,
Get back
before I
to
get
the
to that,
get back
there's
to
so
the
many
gym, bro. My
people.
bad. That's on me.
Yeah. So nothing. I was at the gym doing that, doing freelance stuff. I'm telling you, everything just, bro, everything just clicked. When I was working at the gym, these two guys came one day with like a huge group of athletes from this company called Dragon Pharma. It's a supplement company. They're actually still around. Xavier and Jay. I was just at Jay's wedding last weekend in New Jersey, so like they're still one of my closest friends. They went there to shoot some content for Dragon Pharma because they're like the marketing people. His brother films Jay, and Xavier runs all the marketing, social media, everything for the company. And when they
Mhm.
went, they comment. I was like, "Yo, the fuck!" Like they're filming, and at the time, they're obviously better than me, have better gear. So it blew my mind, and I kept asking questions. I was annoying as fuck. And so when they were leaving, I used to, I was always at the little smoothie bar shit area, like making smoothies and stuff. They came, and I was able to speak to them. And I was like, "Yo, guys, like that's cool. Like, what cameras? Like, hey, look, I also do this." And I gave him my IG. And then it had been what, like 3 months, I think, or 4 months since I had started filming. And bro, that's all I did. I just planted that seed, didn't think nothing about it, didn't even pay mind to it. Like 5 to 6 months later, probably like 4 months later, around there, randomly one day, Xavier texts me like, "Yo, Dragon Farmer's looking for a full time like filmmaker to join the team. If you're interested, give me a call." And I was like, "Holy shit! I've been doing this for 4 months, and somebody's offering me a full time job. This is insane." I was like literally, in my head, I was fucking jumping in a bed, just up and down. I was so happy because I was like at the gym and I didn't know. It got to the point because the thing is, like, to put it into perspective, I thought the gym was gonna take me somewhere because I was promised a lot of things. So that's why I worked so hard. But then eventually, because of things that happened, I realized like, yo, this is not going anywhere. I gotta like figure out my shit, you know. And that's why like I was such a hard worker at the gym. Um, bro, went to the interview. 2 days later, they called me, "Yo, you got the job. You can start whenever you want." Bro, fucking went to the gym. I was like, yo, peace. I'm out of here. It was cool in the beginning. It was a lot of shit talk, but I don't even like talking about it. Whatever that happened. Left the gym. Worked in Dragon Pharma all of 20. Because the first time I ever picked up a camera was December of 2018. So worked in Dragon Pharma all of 2019 until COVID came. COVID came. They furloughed me. At the time, I was living alone with my ex girlfriend. They furloughed me. I was at home. No, first I was working from home. Then they said like, "Yo, there's no more like money for us. Whatever. We have to like put you guys on furlough. If you guys ever, when this shit's back to normal, you'll definitely have your job again." Yo, when that happened, at the time, like I said, I was living alone with my ex girlfriend. And I was like, yo, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. It was during COVID. I wasn't really doing freelance work because COVID was like it never really got bad here, but like that 2 months period with like it was bad here where things would close early and nobody was doing shit, or 3 months or whatever. Yeah, during that time it was hard, bro. And I used to do like Uber Eats and DoorDash and shit to like pay we didn't pay much because it was like the side of her grandparents' house, but we still had to pay like rent. And so I used to do DoorDash and Uber Eats. I couldn't do Uber because my car at the time was under my grandma's name, so I couldn't really do Uber because of the registration.
Oh,
so I was
shoot.
doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and shit. Then they always told me like, "Yo, your job is for sure 100%. You can come back whenever this is like okay and everything's clear." But I had a friend that also worked at Dragon Pharma that left. He was like the athletes person, like the athletes manager or whatever. He left to another company called it's called Alpha Prime. At that time it was a clothing company, and he called me like, yo, I know you got furloughed. If you want, you can come here, meet the team. Like, there's not a lot of things going on, but we're looking to create also a supplement line here within the company. Check it out. Bro, I didn't really want to work for them because I already had done a little bit of freelance work and I knew what I could do freelancing, but it wasn't consistent. So I was like, yo, I need to take it. So I ended up taking the job at the clothing line, and I was there for like another year. So from like 2020 when COVID was bad, I was there for like literally I think it was like a year and a month that I was there. It was a good company. I did a lot also because I'm a hard worker. I did a lot. They ended up creating a supplement company after. A lot of shit happened, and then what pushed me really to leave was I always during that year was when freelancing picked up because every weekend I was like putting myself out there. I would go to either shoot BTS for like a big production for free or sometimes paid. But if it was like a big production, I would still do it because I wanted to be around like big productions and shit. So on the weekends, I was doing that. Eventually, one day, I get a phone call or I get a DM from the manager of these fitness influencers. Their name is Dana Lynn Bailey and Rob Bailey. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Rob Bailey actually sings and stuff. They're huge in the fitness industry. I got a call from like his business partner or whatnot, DM, saying like, "Yo, I really like your work. Dana is gonna be in Nashville the following weekend. Redcon, which is a supplement company, is opening up a gym. So we want to shoot content. Um, and I have a budget of $1,000 a day for 3 days. At the time, I was making $650. I like to be clear with numbers. I'm not scared. I used to make $650 a week in that company. So when he told me that, because I was freelancing, but it wasn't like I still didn't know how to price it. Like I was always scared. When you're starting out, you're scared. You don't want people to say no. You think like, hey, is this too much? Is this too little? Like I was learning. So when he told me that, I was like, yo, that's perfect. Yeah, let's do it. 100%. And I didn't even think about it, bro. I was like, yo, I can make what I make in a month over here in 3 days over here. And
3 days, 3 bands, bro.
I called. I called like literally. I was home. I think it was like a weekend. I was home, and I texted the brand manager, like I guess my boss. I was like, hey, the following week, Thursday and Friday, I won't be able to come in. I have a family issue. Da 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 da. That's what I said. But it was because I had to fly out I had to fly out Thursday morning, then shoot Friday, Saturday in Nashville, and come back on Sunday. I said that. I didn't even think about it. Bro, I did that job. then I posted that I was there and that I was filming with them. These people are one of the biggest fitness influencers. They're still big, but at like 2016, when it was like big influencers and everybody was coming up, they were like the godfathers, like founders of that shit. So I posted that I was with them. Of course, I'm gonna fucking post it because I want people to see who I'm with and, you know, fucking act, show who I'm working with. Like, I'm proud of this shit.
Yeah.
When I posted, like a couple hours later, my friend called me. He's like, "Yo, I'm here in my office, but they're tripping out because I heard a couple things here. They said that because you said that you got a family issue, but you want to do this. Mind you, I never had a contract with this company. I was just like a 1099 employee that they would pay me. They didn't even pay me taxes.
Yeah.
I could do whatever I want. You don't own me."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that happened, and I was like, "Fuck." I told him, like, "Bro, honestly, like, I don't care. Like, you know, there's really nothing they could do. This is my job. I asked for days off. They gave it to me. I could do whatever I want." I came back Sunday. When I went into the office Monday, it was the weird, because I used to, mind you, I lived in Kendall. This was in Pembroke. This was not in Pembroke Pines, in Sunny Isles. I used to drive an hour
Yeah.
and 5 minutes there and an hour and 5 minutes back. Half of the time I didn't even have shit to do, and they still wanted me to go to the office. But at the time I didn't have shit. Whatever. When I went to the office, bro, the weirdest vibe on Monday. I was like, damn, like the lady, which was like, I'm cool with her, like looking at me, weird, just like tension. And I remember being at my desk, and I was like, I had $8,000 saved up in my bank account, and I lived with my dad because at the time I was already broken up with my ex-girlfriend. I was living with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yo, I just made $3,000 in a weekend. Like, that shit just like opened up a different part that I didn't think was possible. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm quitting today. And I went inside the office and I told her, hey, I just want to let you know that we can work something out where I'll freelance and we can come up with like a contract and shit, but I can't be here in the office every day. And then they were like, they pretty much said like, oh, we knew, like they were petty as fuck. They were like, oh, we knew this was coming, da, da, da. And then I thought they were gonna be like, hey, yeah, let's figure out like a freelance, you know,
Situation.
like situation. No, they were like, oh no, if you can't be here, then you can't. If you're not here only, then you can't be here. And I was like, oh, okay, then we can't work this out. But it was
Thank you.
peaceful. I gave them all
Yeah.
they wanted. And it was like a peaceful leave. You know, it wasn't like, and even me, like, I'm like, I don't pay mind to negative shit. I just like, hey, you want to talk your shit, bro? Talk your shit. I don't care. It is what it is. I know how I am, and like in my head, I know I'm peace. So yeah, bro, I left, and I haven't looked back since. It's been like a roller coaster, and it was just I already had work coming to me, but I didn't have clients or people working with me on a monthly basis, which is more of what I do now. It was just like
Mm-hmm.
praying that somebody would call me to work. And even then, when I quit, I was like I said, at my dad's, but at the same time, I was like doing freelance. And I have a friend. I'm sure David, you've seen him. I post him literally every day. The bald guy. His name is King Judo on IG.
Yeah.
That's like
Yep.
literally my brother, not even my best friend. We did it all together, so it was cool, and it's like, and that's why I'm so close to him, and I'm so thankful because like we pushed each other. Like, we both left our job at the same time. We both, after we left, and this is where I was at. After we left, we both used to do DoorDash and Uber Eats and all of that because we didn't have enough people like coming to us for work. So I did that, but just constantly just making connections, bro. Like, fulanito here, or go meet this person, go work with this person, da da da. And that's what the last 2 years have been now. But the difference now is now I don't just do a lot of like one-offs. I do more like I have clients on a monthly basis that I work with, and I've
Yep.
developed like retainers and stuff. But yeah, bro, it was like just leaving that place and saying, fuck it, I'm gonna try it out. Obviously, having my parents have been like a big reason why I've been able to, because they've helped me in everything. They never, even though like I feel like deep down they're a little bit like disappointed that I didn't do the typical or followed their steps. Because in their head they wanted me to come to this country to have a better life, which I do, but it's like, you know how it is, old Cuban
Of
mentality,
course. Yeah.
getting a job, da, da, da. But they were always very helpful. And my dad, he told me like, hey, you don't have to worry about nothing here. Just pay for your bills. Like, I got you. So they were always, very helpful. And if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have been able to, because you could probably love something, but then you have a situation where it's real life. So it's like, even though you love some shit, you still got to take care of your bills. And if that doesn't pay the bills, which happens a lot, with people, they might love something, but they gotta take care of life. But yeah, bro, that's how we got here, and that's where we are now. Bro. But now we can finish that other question, because I just wanted to get that out so you can understand.
No, I love that. And
so
bro, we were gonna get there too, because bro, that like it's very passionate, and that's the reason that we started this right here, bro, is to show that like things like that are possible, right? Like it is possible to one day say like, listen, like I'm gonna put everything I can into my dream, because like that's the only way different things happen, right? Like that's the only way. Different results only come from like doing things a little different and going against the grain. And bro, you didn't go with the grain, you went against it, bro. So like I commend you for that, and that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like even us three here, like I'm sure, I don't know much about you, but I've heard a little bit about David and shit. And it's like we all pretty much did the same thing, like
same thing in different fields.
Yeah, we all did the same shit.
Yo, I used to get made fun of like crazy, training like un mulo, un loco, really, at like too young. And like people used to be like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Like that's, like let's go party, let's go do this, let's go do that. And I'd be like, no, bro, like this is gonna help out. This is gonna help out. And a lot of times it was for free, right? Like a lot of times you were doing stuff and not getting paid.
That's literally the main reason why like that last relationship ended, because on the weekends I would work Monday through Friday, and on the weekends I had work. And even if I didn't have work, I would look for work. I'll call my friend, be like, yo, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm filming. I'm like, yo, can I go? Like, I just want to, you don't have to pay me, I just want to go. And she wanted to hang out with her friends and drink and go out and smoke weed. And I was like, yo, this is like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to do that. I need to go work. Like, I need to make money, or like, this is eventually I want to do this. I always knew this is what I wanted to do, work for myself. So I needed to do that those weekends for it to like pay off in the future. So that ended up being like why that relationship even ended. It was like same thing you said, where like you knew it was like no, and I still went out, mind you. Like I still had fun, and I still have fun, but it's like I do it a different way. Like if I have to work, I know I have to work. If I have to work 20 weekends in a row, I have to work 20 weekends in a row. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like I can't just go out on a Saturday night knowing I have to work or whatnot, or like a Sunday if I know I have work early the next day. But all these people, they don't give a fuck because they go to a 9 to 5 where they can show up however the fuck they want.
Whatever.
I can't do that. I can't be asleep or like tired. Like I have to be on my shit, So yeah.
Yo, cuz I like to do this. You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, I like to do this because people don't get it, bro. But like, look at the time we're working right now, cuz 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on a Sunday, bro. This is work at the end of the day, right? Like,
where I was at? I'm dressed, and I'm doing this because I love doing this, and like I love being part of this. And plus, like I don't. This is the second time I do this. I did it with another friend that started. But it was more like a creative. And now this time, I'm at my girlfriend's. My mom just got here, so I guess they came back. But I'm at my girlfriend's niece's first birthday party, and I left to come do this too. So it's like, it's like,
damn, bro, that's what's up.
It is. That's why I'm dressed. And
I appreciate that.
Drip on, It's not
nah, you look good, bro. You looking fly, cuz.
I'm at the house, but it's like I'm dressed. Yeah.
No, bro, but those are the things that I try to tell people, right? Like making those type of sacrifices. Like even when you talk about like, yo, your girl, like when it ended, like, yo, my girl right now, like. It's a Sunday, bro. Like we could be on the couch watching a movie, like chilling, like da 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 da. But she's like telling me, like, "Yo, are you ready for your podcast? Like, did you prepare? Did you do your research?"
Yeah,
like she's motivating me to do those things more than motivating me to go out and drink and smoke and do this.
The thing is, like at the time, at a lot of people don't understand. Like at the certain time that you're making that sacrifice, it doesn't seem big. It's like it's so small. Like how can that? But when you do that over and over, and it sounds cliche, and I hear it all the time, but it's like it's literally the truth. Like when you do that over and over, it adds up, and it becomes bigger.
You literally create your own look.
Yeah, bro. Like
I'm saying, you're at the right place at the right time because you stayed maybe 2-3 hours longer at the gym than you were supposed to, and then that person walked in and saw you. Whereas if you would have left when you were clocked out, maybe you don't see that person or whatever.
Yeah,
like, I don't. it's cliche again, but like I don't think luck is luck. Like you literally create your own luck.
I've never been like a believer that luck. Yes, look, my uncle that just got here from Cuba like 3 months ago. This motherfucker's lucky. While everybody, he's always had that about him. Like people say, it's like, while it's taking other people a whole year to get all their papers and shit. This guy's already working and everything. This guy's already working and everything, and it's like, there's definitely a certain, I guess, thing, but when it comes for like, I guess, life and just leveling up your lifestyle, that's not luck. That's definitely just work.
No, but even with something like that with papers, right? Okay, maybe somebody may say, "Oh, he got his quicker," but you don't know what he did to get here that created that luck. Is what I'm saying. Like, so you literally can create luck. Like, there's nothing like. Lucky would be like right now if we're just chilling and somebody knocked on the door and said, "Here's $10 million."
Yeah, or like Spotify calls you and it's like, "Yo, I think you have a future. Let me sign you the here's
that's lucky.
Come on Spotify or whatever."
You doing what you're doing and doing this and doing that and staying like doing extra work, and then somebody seeing that's like you created that luck. Like, you didn't have to do all that extra shit. You created that luck. You created that opportunity. Like, and sometimes it's not even luck. You created the chance to get the opportunity to show what you can do.
Yeah, exactly. To get the opportunity, 100%.
Because I'll never forget. It was literally. I mean, we do this all the time, but like I was with P. By the way, I live in Tampa, bro. So like I drive back and forth to Miami all the time for these things. To try to do them in person, and like we'll try to do something in person too. I think it'll be sick if we videotape some stuff in person, Chris, like behind the scenes work.
I honestly, until you said link, I thought it was in person, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta get a haircut before I go and shit." But then when you said then when you said link, I was like, "Oh, okay, I could be at my house, you know."
Yeah. No, bro. If I would have been down there this weekend, we would have done it in person for sure. But the next one, we're gonna do it in person, and I want to do like behind the scenes, bro. I want to videotape you working.
That's fire. Yeah.
If that's cool with you, I don't know if that is.
Of course.
All right,
I have
perfect.
And there's spot. I don't. There's like a bunch of studios here in Miami that they have the setup already, and you go and like HCAP, for example. Like if you don't have a setup and you want to go, it's like $50 an hour, and they have the live editing. You plug in your SD, you record, and you're out of there with your footage. So.
No, I like doing it with like I've been to those places and they're dope, bro, super sick. But I want to do it like on like.
On your own terms.
Exactly. I want to do it like where we're at, wherever. Like, give it more of a marketing sense, in a sense like, yo, you're doing it at work kind of thing. Yeah, wherever you're at, on set, whatever. But going back to my story, a few weeks ago, I called P. I go, P, I'll be down in Miami. No. I called you on the way down to Miami for the alumni game. We had an alumni game at UM, and I go, P, let's get a video in. Like, let's get some content in right now. And he goes, yo, are you in the gym at 5 tomorrow? He goes, yo, I got a client at 5. But like, yo, I could do like from like 12:30 to like 1:30. I got an hour in the day where we could do some stuff. He goes, let's do it at UM. I go like at the weight room at UM, and I'm like, cuz let me see, bro. Let me make a call, bro. I call our trainer at UM. I call him, I don't get an answer. Pete calls him, he don't get an answer. Finally, we get a hold of him. He goes, yo, you could come here for a little bit if you want. Cuz we're like, all right, perfect. Yo, I call P. I go, P, let's pull up on him, bro. It doesn't matter. Let's make it happen. Sure enough, we make a movie, because like this all came about in like the minute, like literally driving on 75 going back to Miami. And just because of the fact that we were like, it was never the mentality of, hey, is it possible? Like, can we do it? It's just like, how are we gonna get it done?
It's how we're gonna get it done, right? It's not if, it's just how we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, like, all right, bro. So now let's go back to your stories and like the way that you kind of evolved into now music videos, stuff like that. Like, how did that start? How did those opportunities come about? Because now you're talking about like monthly retainers, things like that. Like, how did that business kind of now form into like the movies that you're shooting today, bro?
And I'm definitely on another shifting spot now, and I'll get to that. But like that first shift just happened. Like I kept, doing the freelance stuff, but then it got to the point that like, I was like, okay, I'm making money. I get to like, I'm taking care of all my bills, and there's something big happening here in April now, and I'll get to that, but. It was like, at the time, it was like, okay, I was already, at the beginning, I didn't make a lot of money, and that's why I was doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. Then the first month, over there, I used to make $4,200 a week. I think if you multiply 650 times 4 is around there. Then the first month came that I made almost the same amount. And I was like, okay, I almost made the same amount for myself. It's like I worked 1,000 times harder, and I didn't sleep the same, and I didn't chill the same, but it's okay. I'm doing it for myself. And then like eventually it was like that. Like it was like a good month, and then a decent month, and then it was like a fucking amazing month, and then the next month it was like half, but then the other half. And I did that for like a year. And then this last year, I was like, I people started to reach out to me more of like, hey, I want to work with you, but like not just one time. And obviously everybody comes with that like nonsense, and every time they want to work with you, like, oh yeah, give me a better price because da da da. But I was able to build relationships with people that like we worked like that the first time, like regular how it was one time, but then we built the relationship to work more on a retainer. So I started doing that more where I would get a client and be like, hey, yeah, we could do this job for this much, but I also provide, hey, we can come up with what you need and what your needs are for your brand and how much you want to invest. And then I'll give you obviously a better deal because now we're working, X amount of times in a month. Like, for example,
Long
five
term.
videos, 10, exactly. It's a better price, but then you have to do not just 1 month, you have to do 2 to 3 months in advance because I need to like pretty much take your word for it. And the way I take your word for it is you pay me 3 4 months in advance, and now I give you a better deal, and now we're working all those months. So I did that with one person, and it worked out perfect, and I was like, okay, this is a module that can be put on to other people. And bro, the last year, that's what I've been doing. I have a handful of clients that I work with. There's a solar energy company that I do a lot of work for. There's a lot of work and a lot of things that I don't put out on social media that I do just because like I love them, and I love working for them, and they're like the best clients I have. But it's probably not like work that I want to put out there, and it's because at least on social media I've always wanted to keep my image like clean, and that's what made me get even like the bigger clients because I always was like worried about like even like a picture, even just a story, like of whatever, either me or working. Like I always wanted to have a feeling, and you go through my shit, you're always gonna see my stories are always edited. Even like a phone photo, I always edit it. I always go above and beyond. And then recently, because of the artists I work with now, which I'll get to that, I've gotten more into fashion and shit like that. So like keeping everything clean and like the whole image and treating it more like a brand, not just like me, more like, and having also like an exclusivity at the same time has like made me get into like more clients. Or give me a second. Let me text this guy. Can I do
You're
this
good.
custom? Come
Go ahead,
home.
try it out. Now you click the link and you jump right back in. It doesn't
No,
matter. This
come
platform's
home.
dope, bro. Shout out
I,
StreamYard.
I'm here. Text me when you. Sorry. Yeah, he's
Nah, bro,
dropping off
business
some.
is business. That's what I like to see.
He's dropping some gear off for my something I have to shoot on Monday. Come home. I'm here. Text me when you're outside. That's what he said. Um, he'll probably come, and I'll take a second to go outside. But um, yeah, bro, that's what has, and also giving me more time because before I was always like, you know, waiting for the next client or looking for the next client. Where now I have these people that I work with, I do their job, they pay me for my time, and I get to have more time to work on something else or just live life, bro. Because a lot of times when I was doing like the whole just like uh always working, 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 working. It was like a lot of like filming when it comes to like bigger productions happen on weekends too. So it's like, I was working so much, and that too. I was working a lot, and then I was like, okay, if I get to present a proposal to this person of X amount, then they could pay me that on one go, and I don't have to go back and work and work and work and work. We just have to figure out a schedule for the month, and that's what I do now. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. My client Lewis, he's a forex trader. I started working with him a month ago now. I run all his YouTube. We're doing one video a week plus all content for social media, etc. We do a lot of work. I don't, I just tell him like, hey, we're gonna shoot this day. Like, for example, on Monday. On Monday, I'm gonna go with him. He's gonna go drop off his car to get some tuning. We're gonna film all of that. and then that has given me, like I said, the leverage. On top of that, I also do the free the like the one time stuff and everything. Like right now, I just sent out a proposal for a client that has like a brownie company, and they want to do um, a commercial for it. Funny thing, guess who's the brownie company? Alpha Prime, where I left, working over
Damn.
there. So I've already done one job for them, and now they call me back to work again. But it's funny and it's crazy to see the circle that life does, and it comes back around because now I'm doing freelance work for them, probably
When they
making
told you they couldn't give you freelance
probably
work.
making triple in one job of what I used to make every month in one job, and now it just went around in circles. So,
That's crazy.
Is crazy, and then just being more professional is what just has made me get better, and I still have a lot to do because now I'm at a point where like a year passed, and now with my current girlfriend, we're actually moving out the 14th. That was like the big thing that I said I have coming on now because this whole year I lived with my dad.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Congrats,
lived with.
kid.
Thank you, bro. I lived with my dad this whole year. I met her. We are great. I love her and stuff, and then like everything is going great for herself. She goes to nursing school. She also works full time as a pharmacy tech, and so we decided to do it. And this is like the next, like I said, shifting part where like a whole year has passed. I've been well for myself, but now it's like I don't want to spend a whole another year doing the same thing. So I was
Yeah.
like, what do I need in a way to like push me to go a little harder? And it's living alone because at my dad's, I don't pay rent. I just take care of my bills, and like I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit. I can go spend this money or do this or not do this because I don't have to. But now I have a house to take care of, and you guys live alone. You know how it is. It's not just the rent; it's
Shoot,
everything that
boy.
comes with it. So that's definitely like a way I've looked at it, where it's like I'm doing this not just because I want to, but because that's gonna help me, like that next step. And everything I do now, it's more like with a purpose. It's like now I have people that I work with and everything, and you just learn, bro, and like you
You know what
become
it
more
is?
like
You know what it is, bro? And going back to like my little comment to you
yeah,
before is that like you can't no time. Every time is like every minute is valuable. Like
yeah,
that's literally why I told you what I told you, but I didn't really
mm,
explain shit. I was just like, bro,
yeah,
don't do shit for free.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
nothing for free because like you can't
Exactly.
waste no time. Every single minute that goes by, you could have been getting paid for that minute
Yeah,
because of
exactly.
that. So like it's
And
what are you
go ahead,
saying?
go ahead. No, go ahead. I
No,
cut
yeah, it's just that like that's just the difference now. Like the difference now is now you're older, so now you've seen like
yeah,
why like time is precious. Like
yeah.
why it doesn't matter that you want to be a good guy or that's your friend or that's your
Mm.
homeboy and it's just a little video. Like, nah, it's not a little video. Like that's your time.
Yeah, exactly. And also like you I had to go through that. Like that's you.
Yeah,
Everybody goes through that. Like even now, people hit me up like, "Yo, what can?" And I always tell them like, "Bro, in this field, it's a very competitive field, especially now more than ever." And everybody, you know how many people I know that have the same camera as me or better, and it's like it's not about. And that's also what made me, I guess, understand the game a little better. Is like it's not the camera, it's not anything, it's me. People are coming to
for
work
you,
because of me, not the
right?
camera, not the editing, not the software I use, because I don't use the best software, I don't use the best camera, but they're coming because of me. So when I learned that, it was like, okay, now I have to be extra professional, keep everything clean, keep the image clean, and it's just what's made me have better paying clients and just grow. It's just looking at the little details are like I always neglected.
Or look past, yeah,
Just 6 months ago, I did my business email. Something that all you had to do was just sit there and be like, GoDaddy. And now instead of being like Christian1031 at Gmail, it's like Chris Films at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
those little things, bro, make a big difference because you're more professional. Like
yeah.
when a client hits me up like this shit. I don't have my laptop here to show you. When they hit me up, I don't or when they hit me up and it's something that I can spend my time on because I know when somebody's like bullshitting or not. So
Yeah.
like instead of just being like, hey, is this much? I explain to them. I kind of guide them through the whole thing, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna send out a proposal. Give me a day, and I'll get it to you. I sit down, I create a proposal that's custom made for the person that says like my name. If it's like, for example, for the brownies, I grabbed pictures from their website, plugged it in there, I put their you know, the goals and things we're looking to do with this campaign from there, like the deliverables, how much it is, whatever, a thank you letter. So like doing all that process is what makes you get the bigger clients. Like if you just tell somebody it's $6,000, okay, or if you put it on paper and you explain to them why is $6,000, you have a better chance of getting that client than the person that just said whatever.
And it's great. It's crazy because I kind of teach that. I tell that to like my like trainers too, and I teach them that because sometimes they don't understand why I do like the extra stuff.
Yeah.
And I tell them, I'm like, it's not extra. Like I'm sitting down, I'm creating the value that I'm about to get. Because sometimes like some of my trainers, they'll ask me and they're just like, you talk to people like they're gonna start. You don't know they're gonna start, and I'm like, I know they're gonna start. Like,
you have that.
They'll be stupid to not start. Like, first of all, 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking to like a dad or something, they came to me already. Like, yo, you came to the gym to talk to me to ask for, like, I already know I got you. I'm just gonna try to show you that you're making the right decision.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not selling you. I'm just telling you this is what's gonna happen.
It's the same mindset, I guess, towards what I'm doing. It's like
and that's the thing. Like, just your approach to people, like, it's gonna show. So if you're scared to like try to interact or scared to give them it's like, yo, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, like, yo, this is what it's gonna be. This is what you're gonna get, and this is how we're gonna do it, and this is what's gonna happen along the way. So be ready, and you give them everything. And then, you tell them, like, this is the value. Like,
and then they feel comfortable, too, like, explaining. And it takes, and I guess, like, it's like there's like maybe like a middle, like a window where, like, when you're too small, you don't look at those things. But then sometimes when you're too big, then you have so much that you can't look at those little details no more. Yeah. But if you look at the biggest brands in any aspect or any field, not just supplement, for example, like the supplement industry or any other industry, is like the people that take it up, that go that extra level, is the people that do look at those details, and the people that do make sure that everything is like aligned. Like when there's a brand, like everything needs to like align. And like when people come to me, I always tell them, like, you're not gonna just get a video, like this, like for example, this the client that I was telling you, the brownies, like, we got on a Zoom call, we spoke to them, I had the marketing guy there tell me, I asked him what the goal with the videos are. He tells me when we left that call, that guy had a smile from here to here, like, because he was so excited, and he's not even the one making the decision. Now I create the proposal. The ones that are making the decision are going to be pressured by him because he was the one on that call. He's going to be like, yo, no, it's this much because this guy went above and beyond. Look at what he did, the way he spoke to me. I literally, there sitting down, I didn't, you have to be careful what you say because you can't say too much because then they could be like, they could go and do it with somebody else. Yeah. But you say just enough where, like, it leaves them thinking, like, holy shit, this guy's really the perfect person for this.
Yeah. Bro, yo, what's crazy is that I work in technology now, bro, selling tech and stuff like that. And you're literally walking me through a process that we go through with Fortune 100 CEOs of the biggest companies in the world. Yeah. I could imagine that you didn't learn this crap at highly high, bro. So like, who the hell taught you this, bro? Because you were running through, like, I listened to all the things and all the steps that it took for you to get to where you're at. Who taught you this sales process and being able to speak to these people? Because this is exactly what enterprise sales is, bro. Like, you are selling to enterprise companies. That is what you do. Who taught you this? Who taught you that the way to position yourself, be able to speak? Because you're a salesman, bro. Like, at the end of the day, that is sales, bro.
Yeah, myself, and believe it or not, sales, that's something that I'm just got it into probably 4 months ago. Like, it was always creative, video, and then sales back here. That's okay for certain projects. For things that you're probably more passionate about, that you're going to make a little less because you're passionate about a certain project or whatnot. But that's something that, like, creatives and people, and I took not for granted, what's the word? Like, I didn't pay mind to it for 3 years, almost 2. I'm including even the time I worked at the company. It's like, no, like sales is very important. The way I learned it was looking at a lot of videos free. I've never paid for a course or nothing. Just like social
YouTube
media,
University or what?
YouTube, and then just social media. You know, there's so much information and so much shit out there. But what I've always done is like find the people that I feel like they're the same people that you might feel connected to, or not the same people that I want to follow. So like I found like a group hand of people that like I follow that not even sales and filmmaking, just like branding in general, and that's helped me, and it's gonna keep helping me. Like I said, it's only been like 4 months where I took like no sales is first, everything else after, and that's what made me elevate, you know, the brand even more, and why now I'm able to move out and move into bigger, better things was because I put that first, and a lot of people don't put it like that, but also a lot of my clients like the solar energy company. That one I learned so much from. I've been working for them now for like a year and a half. I do. It's not a retainer. It's freelance work. They call me all the time. Actually, I just got a text from the guy saying if I wanted to go to Texas on a Tuesday. I think I am. A lot of
It's Sunday, by the way, guys. He said,
yeah.
I think on Tuesday, cuz
I think
this homie's getting on a
I
flight
know
in
that
2 days, bro.
with
He has
them
no
is
idea.
with them is like that, and that's like if you've seen like if you followed my page, that's why like, last year I traveled so much, and it was all through them because they're everywhere in the United States. They install solar panels, and I do either their events or I cover their when they do charity work. They do a lot of charity work that they give out like solar panels for like schools or anything. I shoot a lot of that. They have a huge market in Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico 3 times this year with them, so it's not a retainer, but they call me for a lot of work. Funny thing, this goes back to, and I'll tell you how I got connected through them to them. It goes back to where you never know what's gonna happen. With them was the craziest story ever. There's a guy, his name is Carlos Lobo Films. He's the GOAT when it comes to filming anything gym related. Like this guy is killing it on social media now. He's editing shit for Nike. He's editing things. He just edited Clay Thompson's new collaboration he did with shoes, like the commercial. He's killing it. He works for Sunrun, which is that energy company, on a retainer, doing all their shit in Utah. He lives in Utah. They're based in Utah. He posted a story one day saying, "Hey, to all my filmmaking friends, there's a job in Vegas happening." That was like last year in January. The event was January, February. The event was in March. If anybody wants to go, I can't go. So I literally saw the story and I was like, "Yo, you know, I'm in Miami. I'm not in Vegas, but like, if they could fly me out, I'll be down." He said, "Great, let me put you in contact with the guy, bro." 2 days later, I had everything booked and everything to go to Vegas and do this job. And all I did was answer to this guy's story that probably 300 people saw. Now, the funny thing is, the story gets better. That was like 2 days later. Mind you, we're in January. So through this long message he sent me explaining to me what the job was, he put there March 23rd. I didn't see that. I'm thinking 23rd of there. We're like on the 15th of January. I'm thinking like the
so you're thinking next
now.
week,
Bro. So the guy tells me the guy from the company like, yeah, do everything, you know, book the flight, the hotel, this the address, I'll reimburse you. I'm like, yeah, great. I did that thinking it was the 23rd of there. He didn't even hesitate. Like when I sent him the invoice, he sent me the money right there. Like I was like, oh, this is cool as fuck. Like, you know, I didn't pay mine to it because the only time I saw that date was on that message. Bro, I go, I go to Vegas. And when I'm in Vegas, I text this guy. This is the first time I'm working with them. And they're the person that I worked the most. Like this last year, I probably worked every month. I did a job for them, and even 2-3 times a month. I get to Vegas. It was the 20. It was literally like the 23rd. The event was the 24th. I get to Vegas, and I text him, "Yo, just landed on the way to the airport. I mean, on the way
to the hotel.
grab the Uber to go to the hotel." And he calls me. And I'm like, yo, it's weird. Like, why would he call me? Never spoken to him like on the phone or nothing.
Yeah.
So I pick up, and then I'm in the bathroom, and I literally started shaking and everything. But I'm in the bathroom. I had just used the bathroom, and I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Vegas. He's like, what are you doing in Vegas? The event is in March. We're in January. And now, bro, I swear to God, like, I just felt this thing that just like, I just froze. And I was like, I literally said like, "Damn, dude, like, I'm so sorry. It's okay. Like, it's it's on me. You guys already paid me. My half of my rate. We could take care of that after when I come back. But don't worry about the whole like, the flights and all that. Like, I'll figure it out." It's crazy because now to this day they're like probably the people I work with the most. And after that, I was like, "Yo, these people are never gonna fucking call me back."
Yeah.
And look now, like I still work. They're probably the people I work with the most. He even helped me with. It's a very successful company. Like he even helped me with half of my flight back to Miami because I was flying back. When I looked, I never got out of the airport. I made it to Vegas at 3 p.m. and then I looked. They didn't have any flights back until like straight to Miami that day. They didn't have flights back or to Fort Lauderdale. So I'm like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So then I ended up taking a flight at 11 p.m. So I was at the airport from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. to New York. So I went from Vegas to New York. I left Vegas at 11. Remember, there's a 3-hour difference, so you don't get there till the morning. I got there at 7 a.m. I left at 12 something p.m. because it's actually 3 a.m. Vegas time. You know what I'm saying? I got there at 7, and then I took and then my flight back was at 12:30 p.m. and then I ended up making it back to Miami literally at 3 p.m.
Yo, but why wouldn't you just stay in Vegas for the time you paid for it?
No, because then he had to use that. Well, he didn't end up using the hotel, right? Like, so they were able to use it the next time you went.
I ended up calling and they reimbursed the hotel. I even talked to the guy because they weren't gonna reimburse the hotel, and I explained to him, like, "Yo, this happened like that. Is there anything we could do?" And he was nice. He's like, "Oh, bro, don't worry, I got you." He ended up reimbursing the money, and everything was cool. And it's like
just moving the dates, really, right? He probably just booked you for the other one.
No, he just reimbursed me, and I ended up, it was a whole different story 3 months later. But it was just funny how the whole situation happened. But
that's crazy.
It's a lesson taught to like. I wasn't even. I told the whole story, but my whole purpose of telling the story was like, hey, all I did was answer to that one story. Like, I'll do it. And they turned out to be like the client that I work with the most the whole year, and that I still work with even now. I've transitioned to other things now, and I don't do many things, but I still, like I said, they just called me to go to Texas on Tuesday or Wednesday, anytime this week I wanted. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, just things that you don't even feel like at the moment like mean anything, bro, could just mean so much. Let me open for this guy. Can we cut there real quick?
Go ahead. Dale. Oh, that is crazy, bro.
That's nuts.
Yo, that chair is hard too, bro. I need to get a chair like that, bro. My chair is the little one, dog.
Bro, you gotta get the
gaming chair. You got that's the one from Office Depot or right?
Nah, bro, you gotta get on the website.
Hold up, bro. Let me get that. What's the website?
I'll send it to you, bro.
Yo, send me that. Send that this way, cause I need that one. It's better for my back.
This one vibrates and everything, bro. I got 2 pillows. I got one up here.
Oh boy, and the one in the lower back.
Yeah, wait, let me see. Right there.
Oh.
Yeah, it vibrates too, bro. Like when you plug it in.
Yeah, send that this way, cuz.
It vibrates. I'll send it to you now. I gotta look in my history.
Yeah, that's better for my back.
And it reclines too, bro. It reclines.
That's the excuse I need to use so my girl lets me buy it.
It reclines. Oh, bro, this has bro, hold on, bro. Check this out. Look, it has this little thing right here.
Oh, that's a barbershop chair? Oh, no, I got that comfy chair, bro.
Yeah, bro. This shit go crazy.
Oh, man, dude. That's amazing.
Nah, bro, but you sit in this every day, for hours, bro. You gotta invest in it.
No, I know. I do have to invest in a better chair, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, you're good, bro. You got what you needed or what?
Yeah, well, he's dropping it off there at my.
Dope, bro. Damn, dude. Yo, I can't believe. And how did that job end up going, bro? By the way, when you went back in March, like.
No, yeah? Great. It was like never nothing. It was an event. They do like a huge company event where like they invite other top sellers. They rented out the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. Like,
oh shit, where the Raiders play.
Yeah, like they spent tens of millions of dollars and shit.
Wow.
Fuck, I'm out of breath. Yeah, like they rented out the Allegiant Stadium. It was a huge event. I filmed the whole thing. I didn't edit it, but yeah, bro, after that, it just became a constant thing where I worked so much with him, and I still do. And like I traveled the whole United States literally with them last year. I was in a different state every month with them, or I even like sometimes did like Chicago, and from Chicago went to Boston and then came back home. Like Puerto Rico, I done 3 times with them already.
Yo, cuz,
So yeah, it's just crazy, bro. How like those little things could mean so much, you know.
yo, can you tell me a little bit about the editing side, right? So like when it comes to, you said like, oh, I don't use maybe the most expensive editing and this and that,
Mm.
whatever. But like I saw the videos that you have on Instagram that are like you're taking through the progression of, I guess that's Adobe. Is that Adobe that you're
That's
using?
Final Cut.
Final
There's like
Cut.
2 programs, like either Premiere, Adobe, or like Final Cut, which is the Apple version of Adobe.
Gotcha. Yo, so like talk to me about that process. How'd you learn to go through that? Have you ever gone through, because like the reason I'm asking, because it's happened to me before, like that you're editing a project and then all of a sudden the Mac can't hold the weight
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
that, like it's happened to that, like something deleted or something didn't like save the way you wanted it to. Have things like that happened before, and how did you learn how to go through those things?
yeah. No, shit like that has definitely happened. I've gotten lucky enough to where it hasn't happened yet, and like a huge. That's like one of the scariest thing is like when you work with like, high paying clients, and that's why like when you work on a bigger production, like let me put it to you like this, like literally, like let's say there's a music video, right, and it's like a huge music video, like a $50,000-$60,000 budget for this music video. They have a person there that their job is just to get the memory card, because these big cameras will get full like this. Their job is to just transfer footage, like make sure they
Mhm.
put like the time codes and everything. So like that's how important that is. Yes, I've gone through headaches and shit. I actually need a better laptop now because my shit is like I'm very, bro. I'm weird. Like I'll spend the money on things, like I'll buy the camera, or like I need to buy the laptop, or like I'll buy the laptop, but I'll wear the fuck out of it. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
use that laptop until
To
like
die.
it
it dies, it's
literally
dead.
dies, and then I'll be like I know I need a new one now because it'd be freezing on me, or like when I try to do certain things or more than one thing at a time, it's like slow, but since I can still kind of get it done, and I've found, like I always find a loophole to the problem. I'm gonna fucking burn that thing till
Oh,
it
just
dies.
get that big fucking iHome one for the
Yeah,
crib, and
that
then just
one's
take the.
cool. That one's cool for what I do. I need like a laptop because I do a lot of things on the go. I edit already. Like I try when I'm traveling. I'll
Mhm.
edit on the plane or whatever. So like a laptop is cool. And Mac just came out with them like M4s or M3, whatever chip Macs or whatever. Those are crazy. My friend has one. I need one of those. But honestly, the last 3 months have been move out mode. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
Okay.
done
that's the priority right now.
I haven't done shit for 3 months. I've been at home every weekend. You know how expensive it gets, bro. Like, and this is the first time I move out, so I had to get a couch, a TV, plates, forks, cups,
Everything.
every single little thing that you don't look at when you move out. Like the
Yeah.
stupidest shit. Mop.
A mom.
Everything. A mop.
Cuz
Hey, get them Swiffers,
deja,
bro.
bro, eso no ha empezado. Watch
I'll,
when you
I'll,
get in there, cuz, and
No,
you're gonna be
once
alone.
you
You're gonna be
move
like,
in,
cuz,
once you
damn,
move
bro, I
in,
forgot this, I forgot that. Back to
No, and it's
Walmart.
small too. We went. These new. I don't know if you know the Hialeah area a lot, but they just built these new condos on in front of Westland on the Fourth Ave. Nice as fuck, bro. So
oh,
that's where I'm.
the pura vida one.
It's called Manor.
Oh no, I'm thinking
Uh,
of the other one. Oh no,
it's
the one
called
I'm thinking
Manor.
of is on 16th.
The one you're thinking about is on 16th,
It's on
next to
16th.
the Taco Bell, like in Okeechobee area,
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Philly.
by the Applebee's.
No, this is exactly. No, this is more like on Fourth, more like going to Miami Lakes. The place is
Oh, bro, I
fucking
know what you're
nice.
talking about. On Fourth, on Red Road, bro. Red
Red
Road.
Road, yeah, to the
Yes, yeah,
left.
yeah, yeah.
To the left, if you're going down, they're blue and they're
Cuz that's what.
beautiful.
Yo, just yo. I'm from Hialeah, kid. I'm born and
Yeah,
raised in Hialeah,
yeah.
bro.
So right now I live on 12, so like I'm close. Like right now, my parents' home is like 5 minutes from there. So,
That's right.
Oh, so your
I
your
lived in
move,
front of Sparks Park, bro,
oh, okay.
on
So
13th
yeah,
and
your move is
56th.
gonna be smooth, bro. You don't have to travel too much, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I did it is because I don't want to. I could go anywhere, and bro, like I have a client in Texas that I go to when I see how cheap things are there. I'm like, it's insane. Miami isn't crazy, but I have everything here. My girlfriend's here. She goes to school here, and it's like we wanted to find a place nearby because that's like literally in the middle of my parents and her parents, and like her sister lives like literally a block away, and it's because since I travel a lot, You feel me? Like I don't want to leave for like a week or 5 days, and then she's like so far that she can't just get to her parents in 5 minutes. You know?
Right.
Or
that's
like
why I'm moving back to Miami too, bro.
we have a dog, but it's not like a little baby. We have a husky too, so it's like it's a lot. It's like
it's a big ass dog.
That's a full-time job in itself. So
yeah. Yo, talk to me. All right, last thing, bro. I know I've had you for a long time, and you see,
I
this is why my damn camera dies, bro. Because look at this, an hour and a half, cuz.
I haven't kept track of time, dude. I love doing this.
Yo, talk to me about them tats, bro. Because Puello's another big guy with the tats, bro. And I see those tats are crazy, bro. You can't really see them on Puello too much because they blend in with his skin, bro.
Their story. This is the last one I got. Is because I'm a Scorpio. My birthday's on a Halloween, so I got this one. This one says miracles happened, and it says 12/29/2021. My brother got shot in the arm.
Sorry about that,
in
brother.
2021. He's good though. That's a
crazy. Shoot. All right, good.
That's a crazy story. I could tell, but it's pretty long.
What you mean? Go ahead, bro. I ain't got nowhere to go, bro. If you want to tell it, tell it.
That's like another life story that people can get motivated from for sure.
No, tell it. If that's what it is, you need to tell it here, bro. I'm sorry.
It's a love-hate relationship because I wanted to always have a sleeve, and then I never I was like, fuck, like they're so expensive, and it's like, yeah, I want it, but it's like shit. They're like $3-4 grand for a sleeve. Like fuck, $2,500, the cheapest probably you can find. Mm-hmm. But then this girl I went to high school with was giving out this design for like a very discounted price, and I did it. And I love it, but it's like I want to evolve to it, but it's pretty much David. It's a very realistic. I have David down here,
bro,
and then I have a polo up here, but it's not done. This healed really bad. I have to retouch all of this and then finish up here and do the inside. And then I just have a 1999 on my legs. Those are all my tattoos. The sleeve is cool. Honestly, realistically speaking, if I could go back, I would definitely do something else. But I try not to think about it too much because then I get to my head and I can't really. It's so big, I can't just
you can't make it disappear because it's a real.
I mean, you could remove it. That's just gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
But
but it doesn't look good when you
remove it. I feel like that sometimes, but then I look at it or somebody tells me I know it's not even done, or somebody tells me yo, that shit look crazy, and I'm like, then it makes me feel like okay.
I was just about to say
because let me tell you something. It looks dope, bro.
Yo, you were downplaying. I'm like, damn, that shit looks good to me.
Yo, you were trying to. I was like, what's this homie saying, bro? Because it looks raw from here.
When I got it, and then the other ones like the Scorpio and the 1999, I felt like even though they were so much smaller, they had a meaning to it. Yeah. Or even this one, every time I look at it, it reminds me of that time. So it's these really don't mean nothing. I don't know who the fuck David is or the other dude, and it's that's the only thing.
He slayed Goliath, bro.
That's motivating, bro. It's all right, bro. Use it for motivation. Look up David and Goliath. Look at that story in the Bible, bro. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, but those are my tests. My brother's story, dude. I guess that could be the last topic.
Go ahead.
I told you my brother is he's 27. My brother is a store manager in a Publix.
Where do you go to school?
Now he works in Brickell.
Where do you go to school?
My brother went to Hialeah High.
Oh shoot! I went to Springs. I went to Springs and Matter. So.
I graduated in 18. I believe he's class of 20, 14? 15 or 14, something like that. Yeah. Now he works in Brickell. Last year in 2021, this was so 2 years ago. He worked in Hollywood, not in an area that wasn't the best, known for gangs and things like that. So he worked in Publix, and that night, December 29th, 2 days obviously before New Year's, he leaves work regular day 11. No, not 11. Publix closes at 12, but they gotta close, do everything, so he leaves 12 something. At the time, he had an SRT Dodge Charger, all blacked out. Motherfucker looked like a cop car. Literally, you look at it and you slow down because you think it's a cop. So when he leaves, and the car was pretty fast, there was 2 cars racing, a Lexus and some other car. So when they get to the first light, obviously he loves to race. He's put a lot of miles to his car or whatever. So the green light comes in and he fucking floors his car and is trying to race. But when you have a fast car and you enjoy doing that, you do that in the street, and then eventually everybody goes their own way, and that's it. You know, done with. Like I've done that when I had a faster car. I'm sure if you ever had a fast car, you do that. And everybody does that. That happened that light. The following light, he didn't put the window down, nothing. He was on the left lane. When they put the green light again, he took off again. The cars stayed behind. He didn't pay mind to it though. He just went. He kept going his way. The following light was I-9. It was Hollywood Boulevard to turn left and get on I-95.
Mm-hmm.
It was right under the overpass on the red turning light. Bro, chilling, literally was just like this. This is the hand where the shot came in by. Chilling, just listening to music, going home. Mind you, his girlfriend was giving birth in 2 months. So, like, you know, he's a lot of things are going on for him. Great things. His first child, too. Bro, those people passed by because I told you they stayed behind and he kept going. They just passed by shooting at his car. Like, randomly. They just passed by shooting at his car. And they shot his car 4 times with a 9mm. 3 hit the back door, and the last shot went through the passenger door, scraped him here. He has a huge scar here, and then went in exactly right here where I have my tattoo, and came out through this arm.
What the fuck?
He didn't know. Like, they just kept going. He was like confused. Like he said, he was just like this. He just remembered hearing like things back here, and then his hand just dropping from the wheel, and then just looking, and there's just fucking blood everywhere, and this shit looked crazy. And the cars just kept going. So like he's shot. He can't drive. There's nothing he could do. So bro, the story he tells is that he just like fucking started like panicking. He put his car in park. It was like 1 something. There wasn't a lot of traffic. He got out of his car, but he was like bleeding his life away. He said he didn't really feel pain because there's so much, you know, going on. And he was just trying to hold the blood somehow, but he couldn't. The nigga had an open wound.
Yeah.
And then he started like doing signals to people that were passing by because he called 911 twice and they didn't pick up. The craziest shit I've ever heard. I've heard that 911 doesn't pick up. He says that even now. He says like, "Hey, that's what I think. Maybe I was in my head that I did it." But he says that he called twice. Eventually, he started to get. This was already like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes after. He said he started to feel like dizzy. He was already like getting pale.
He was losing blood.
To lose too much blood. So he sits down in the floor, and then like a couple seconds later, he sees like a guy running from like the street, and he said he looked homeless, so he didn't even know. And the guy goes like, "Yo, I called already. Like I called 911. They said they've already gotten the calls. They're on the way." And bro, he just like the cops came, did the whole thing, took him to the airport, to the hospital. I was right there. Even one of the cops that saw him was the cop doing OT in Publix at 6 until 6 p.m. that night.
What?
So when he saw him,
no way,
he saw him, he literally like told him, "Yo, Roman, what the like how? Like what?
I just saw you, bro. You were just working right now."
Like the guy went out of his way. He even got on the ambulance with him, took him all the way to the hospital. Our side of the story is my mom was in Cuba to spend New Year's with my grandma that still lives there. She's actually coming next month. My dad was because my mom was in Cuba. My dad can't go to Cuba because he doesn't have the Cuban passport. Because when in Cuba they're fucked up and you need to have both passports.
Yeah.
He was in Texas to spend New Year's with my sister and my grandma with a family member, and I was here alone with my girlfriend. I was gonna spend it with her family. So I'm sleeping on the night of the 29th. And I get a cough. I keep getting calls, but I'm like half asleep. And I wake up from his girlfriend. She doesn't know anything yet. It was like 2:15. No, not even like 2:10 probably, and a.m. And she called me. She's like, "Hey, like I woke up and your brother." Usually she falls asleep because it's late, and then she wakes up when my brother gets home. She's like, "Yo, I woke up. Your brother's not here. I'm calling his phone. He's not picking up. Like I'm driving to Publix because that's." The only place where I know he would be at. Like, where else is he going to be if that's the last place I heard he was at? So his best friend kept calling his phone. I had already woken up, but I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm not getting dressed or nothing. I'm just like, hey, let me know when you get to Publix. Maybe he had to stay later or his phone died. I don't know. So I'm there in bed already, just up, and then his friend at the same time she was calling, like he also called, and he kept calling so much until a nurse, like literally, bro, movie shit, a nurse picked up, and then the nurse told him like, hey, he's okay. We don't know what happened, why, like there's an investigation going on, but he got shot in the arm, and he's awake, he's alive, like he's like literally okay, like awake, but he's in this hospital, like come, like this is where he's at. So bro, his girlfriend calls me when she told, this is like my brother, like we grew up together, we did everything together, like close, like this, like it's not like sometimes you have siblings that you don't really like talk to, whatever. No, this is my brother. So, and I've never had some shit like this happen like close to a family member. So she calls me and she's like, yo, I'm on the way to, not to Publix, to the hospital. We don't know what happened, but they're saying your brother got shot in the arm. So I'm like in my head, I'm like, bro, there's a million things going on. I don't even know what the fuck to say. I'm like, where is he at? Like, I'm going to the hospital. So I even like remember trying to brush my teeth and I couldn't because I was shaking so much, bro. In my head, I'm like, yo, I guess he has a gun. Like, I know he has it. So I'm like, maybe they tried to rob him outside of Publix and he had to like, fight back. I'm like, okay, it's in the arms. Like, he's not gonna die. He's in the hospital. I'm like, but still, I'm like worried as fuck and fucking going crazy. It was like I remember the whole day so perfect, bro. It was like a 21-minute drive. I got there in like 16. I was hitting like 125 on I-95. It's 2 a.m. There's like no traffic. Hitting that shit. Nobody knows. My mom was in Cuba. My dad's in Texas. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. God, bro. So, and it's 2 a.m. I get to the hospital. I'm the first one there, and they were already on the way. I get there, like, bro, it literally feels like a movie. Literally, like, you walk in, when you see in a movie, they walk in.
Where is he?
Breaking everything.
I walk in, there's, like, people sitting down. I go to the front, like, yo, like, my brother, he's here. He got shot. They're like, oh, yeah. But you can't see him, or nobody could see him because the cops are already here. Like, they were already speaking to him. Like, they had a whole investigation going on. So then I'm like, okay. I just sit and I'm like, what do I do? He's like, oh, you just, sit. I'm like, hey, his girlfriend's on the way. Maybe she can see him when they see that she's pregnant, whatever. So they ended up getting there like 10 minutes later. And his girlfriend, when they saw she was pregnant and everything, they're like, hey, like, it's okay. The cops already finished. Only one person going. Bro, crazy. This guy was fucking in bed. They hadn't performed surgery because when it's not like you're dying, you gotta wait. They'll put painkillers. You gotta put your shit, but you gotta wait till like the doctor gets there. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like you're not dying, they're not gonna do shit. So she walks in, bro. It's like, and she calls us on FaceTime. He's there with a bunch of shit, just laying down. He can't even speak. He's in pain. They ended up performing surgery that morning at 10 a.m. They just opened up, cleaned everything, and then they put a big metal piece because since it came out, it shattered the whole outside bone.
Yeah.
So they put metal shit in there. And yeah, bro, it was a crazy day.
Can he function his arm like normal?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, he does. I didn't that day. I remember like I didn't eat. I didn't drink water. I was just go. When family members started to find out, and they were calling me because my dad wasn't here. But yeah, I ended up calling my dad at 4 a.m.
How did that go, bro? Tell me how it went. Telling your mom and dad.
I called my dad on FaceTime. He's obviously he knows there's nothing positive because it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, nothing good happens at that time.
I think it was like a midweek, like I don't even know what day it was. And he's like, literally, he picks up like, what happened? And I'm like, Dad, listen, chill, everything is okay. Like, like it's not life or death, but my brother got shot in the arm. And then he's like, imagine, he's like,
you can't follow that up, bro. You can't.
Like, he's just like, like, and it's like, if you're looking for, like, if you're a bad kid, you're with drugs, like, if you're looking for it, it's different. But it's like, this guy doesn't even have friends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh damn, yo, why are you gonna try your brother like that?
No,
bro?
like my brother has.
But I know you.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
He's like the least likely person to ever get shot. Like,
getting some shit like that. And usually when you hear that somebody got shot, it's because some shit.
Algo pasó.
Or they were in a movie theater and some of this crazy shit that's going on nowadays.
Uno de esos locos vino y bing, 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 bing.
So it's like he took it. Obviously, he's a man, so he was like, "Yo, okay." I explained to him what happened, bro. Right there, changes, fly, everything went to shit. New Year's and shit. I don't even remember New Year's that day. That year. Came here, canceled everything, flew back, got here like at 12 that day. My brother, had gone through surgery. It was successful. He was already awake, but imagine, bro, the pain that you're in. Like, they literally cut you. You just went through all of this. Shit was like this. And yeah, bro, luckily, like, the doctor was like, hey, I want you to spend New Year's with your family. We picked him up on the 31st in a wheelchair. His everything, not just like this area. His fingers were like, bro, this big. Everything just like was this big, and he had like a whole cast everywhere like this. And he just went from like probably having the best time of his life, like literally looking forward. He's gonna be a dad for the first time to like getting shot in the arm, like that, bro. And it's like, and yeah, like I said, I spent the whole day. Everybody started calling me. I didn't even like actually sit down and like process everything till like the nighttime. That like I was laying down in bed with my girlfriend, bro, and I cried for like 2 hours straight because it's like that's when like everything just
just fell on
fucking
you.
came down on me, and I me erizo, bro, because like
Yeah.
it's so much, you know. And
Yeah.
that was a crazy story. My brother took it like a fucking champ. I think, you know, the kid being born definitely helped him because it's like he can't. What is he gonna do? He needs to get better. He can't be on some negative shit. He needs to work. He needs to just deal with it because like this kid is happening. You know, it's his first child. So that definitely pushed him. He went to therapy. He went to like a bunch of shit. It's been what, more than almost 2 years now. Um, he, when you look at his arm, obviously he has all the scars and shit, like a huge scar here. I mean, here, like a huge scar, and it did fuck up his nerves. So like when you, he probably spends his whole day like doing this because it just like there's this feeling that he says he feels, but the doctor told him he's gonna deal with that for the rest of his life. It's like a like if his hand was like a calambrado, but like not to the extreme. And it's not all the time. It's like when he works a lot.
That's
he
nerve
says that
damage. That's
his
just nerve
finger,
damage.
exactly, just nerve damage, and he went to therapy and he did it all. But eventually, like the doctor told him, like, look, like you can keep going to therapy or just do it at your house yourself. But this is something that you're gonna just, this is just your life now, you know.
Yeah.
So when he goes to grab like a bottle of water, like he can't just do this. Like with his hand, you'll see him like, you know, it takes him a second, but he grabs it, and
Nice.
he has strength. Strength he has because he'll grab your hand and squeeze it. So, but bro, he's well. Nothing ever happened. He said it was 2 cars. They never found nothing since it was like nobody fucking died. You know how it is here. Like they don't
Yeah,
do shit.
whatever. Nobody.
They told him most likely it was a gang initiation because it was like it happens in that area, and he was like at the wrong time and the wrong thing, or they're just dickheads. And when he was trying to race, and they don't give a fuck, and they're like, "Oh fuck this guy," and they just shot at the guy. They don't care who's there. If that was his wife right next to it with the big
Wow,
belly, those
bro,
shots,
man.
you know. So it's like it just happened, bro. But he's good, and that definitely taught me a lot. And I tell that story. I actually told it to the guy where I was buying the couch 2 days ago because he asked me what it meant, and I told him the story. And everybody always says the same thing, and like it's like a reality check, bro. For me too, like I feel like before that I used to live my life just like thinking this shit was just like endless, and that's how a lot of people live life. And like that situation that was so close to me taught me like, bro, to just appreciate just literally having my brother, like what we were just at, just chilling there, like fucking at that party, like just that. Before I didn't just sit down and be like, yo, like fuck, I'm thankful. Like before I didn't think about it like that. Now it's like whenever I'm around him or family, it's like you get like you're thankful for that. But you know how it is, bro. We get so busy with work and life and just this shit just that we think that this shit's just gonna be endless. And bro, it could be taken away from you like this. Like my brother woke up that morning, brushed his teeth, ate, did his regular shit, and then he almost died. Because they could have shot anywhere else in his body. They shot randomly. So they could have hit. And I'll send you guys pictures on that group chat so you can see. I have pictures of all the car when we picked it up, like blood everywhere. It was insane. Yeah, that was a crazy story. But that taught me a lot. And every time I teach people, my goal with it is just to like be like, hey, like, bro, don't take anything for granted. Anything, bro. People in this country, for example, take like freedom for granted, and all this shit that's going on right now. Like they take that shit and they think is okay, and it's like it's not, bro. Like when you know what's on the other side, like I know because I was born in Cuba. My dad went through hell to come here. Was when I was born in '99. My dad was in the Bahamas in jail because they got caught coming here in a boat. So my dad didn't meet me till I was 8 months old. It's like, you know, you go through all of that shit, and now I just gave an example. Like what's going on here now is like people take so much shit for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand the shit people go through, bro. Like that definitely taught me so much.
That's crazy.
story.
Yo, you're absolutely blessed, bro, and
Yeah, no,
I'm so
definitely, man.
thankful that you gave us this time, bro, because
No,
like the
dude, thank you,
lessons that
man.
you've shared today, bro, are gonna help somebody, man. Like they're gonna help a person, like they're
No,
gonna
and
change
it's
somebody's life.
thank you guys, and this is, I think, what I mean. You said that's what your whole purpose with this is, bro. There's so many regular human beings out there like me or you, or like I'm saying regular, like not on like a celebrity level, or like
Yeah,
that people know, like that have so many stories like this one, that I've said it, but like to people I know, I don't just go out, or even my brother. My brother never even mentioned it anywhere. It was just a chapter of his life. He didn't take it to like motivate nothing, but like, there's something like this platform that you guys are building is so important because like, bro, there's so many people out there going through shit that people don't speak of. And even now, like, yes, I love what I do. I get to wake up every morning and do what I love. But bro, like there's so many headaches with it. Like, like I have to go out there and work. Now I'm moving out. Like, even though I have these people that pay me, it's like the day of tomorrow. And I guess that's what pushes me. Like I live like if tomorrow all this shit could just be taken away from
Be
me, bro.
gone, right?
So like, like day of tomorrow, all these clients could just be like, fuck you. Like, no, we don't want to work with you anymore. And then I gotta figure out what am I gonna do. So it's like, yes, I get to do what I love, but it's hard, bro. A lot of people don't talk about it too. Like all of this was beautiful, but it's hard. Like I have mental breakdowns. There's there's literally months like because I'm not well established. Like back in August, I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna go take a cruise. Like yeah, I took a cruise and I loved it, but I didn't make shit that month because I was gone for a week and a half on that cruise. So
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of shit that when you own, and you guys also own your own shit and you understand how it is, bro. Like is a headache, and it's
Yeah.
constantly, especially in the creative field. What I do is like it's so hard to not compare yourself to others or to be like, damn, Fulanito has this and I don't, or the same client that I'm charging 6,000 to, this motherfucker making 15,000 and I'm better than him. So it's like understanding that it's okay. You feel me? It's like not be at that level is hard, bro. Like it's
Everything, bro. Everything happens at your when it's supposed to happen, bro.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I was literally. I used to be just like that. I used to be like, damn, such and such has been training like way significantly less time than I have, and he's got
Mm.
all this there. And I, it got to a point where it's like you don't even worry about it, because when I started to get more, I started to realize like, yo, I got more now, and I still have some of the same struggles. So like
Yeah,
all the shit that I got don't really mean nothing.
yeah,
From the
exactly.
outside looking in, like sure you see the growth, but it's like, yo, stop worrying about what this and this and that. Just stay
Yeah,
focused on what you got going on in front of you.
that's one of
Chris.
my goals. I think now, like
But it's
even moving
completely
forward.
normal, by the way, for you to feel that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Moving forward, like one of the goals I have, and like I think I eventually want to do is like be more open about shit like that. Where it's like everybody always shows the highlights and shit, and it's like it's beautiful, and I do. And when people speak to me, I've had people obviously because you get to a the same way you have trainers that you do. I it's you probably. I always tell people, bro, you're looking up to me. I look up to so and so. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's okay. Like I literally told them, and when they asked me, I'm like, bro, literally, there's no blueprint. There's no this. Like everybody has a different journey. Just fucking go at it and figure it out. That's
Do the
literally
best you
what it is.
can, bro. Do the
There's
best you
no
can.
all my friends like that are close to me that do what I do. We've all our stories are so different, yet now we're like at the same level. But we all just had like the craziest story. And before we go, one of the biggest projects I didn't even touch on, like this artist I also post a lot. I'm sure you've seen David Gonzi. He's that's probably like, bro, the shit that I've put on the most time, like the last year and a half. I met him through his manager hit me up to do like a recap of like his year, because he has like a clothing line plus like hats, and he wanted to do a recap of like how that whole year went. And that's how I met him. He wasn't even making Spanish music at the time. He was just rapping in English. I met him. I did a little video for him here, a little video for him there, bro. We became so close the last year. This guy is literally one of my closest friends. I talk to him every day. In March, no, yeah, in March of last year, we went to LA. He signed with a company called Virgin Music Latin, which is owned by Universal. So he signed a record deal with him. Like everything is going great. Everything you see with music that I do is just with him. Like
With him.
I work strictly with him. Bro, like all his like the song that just dropped last week, like Eddie's picture, he put all his image is just literally ran by us. Like we, like him too, but it's like we all do everything with him. All his image pretty much we do is like me, Zach. He has a photographer. Like we have a whole team, bro. Like when we do shows, like we've done Vibra Urbana, which is like a Rolling Loud but for Spanish music. We've done
Yeah.
3 already. He has the whole team, like audio, DJ. We all started with him. We believed in him. We did this shit for free for the longest, and now like he signed, and now we have budgets for the music videos. And it's
Wow,
crazy
bro.
now, and that's probably the project that I've put in the most time to. But I love it, bro. It's crazy how like we go from the idea, we shoot these music videos. He has a fan base already. His last song just hit 1 million on YouTube in like 3 weeks. So like he has a fan base going for him, and that right now is probably the project I enjoy the most because like we start with an idea, we shoot it, and we put it out there. And he has the fan base, and they see it and they love it, and like seeing their feedback and just like being part of his growth has been, bro, probably the most fun I've had doing something the last year. Because
so you're probably one of like the few people that can relate to me in the sense of because like people in the gym, they're just like, oh, he trains all these like famous baseball players and this and that and blah 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 yada yada yada, and then everybody's like, yo, like he must bank all this money, this and that, and like people don't know like your greatest, like my greatest like feeling of accomplishment is like when they do good on the field. Like not whatever they pay me or whatever this or whatever status.
It's
like,
the same thing. Yeah.
Whenever they like, if his song goes fucking diamond, you're gonna feel different because
Yeah,
like,
dude.
damn,
Like,
bro, like you know, and it's the same thing. Like
whenever we drop,
whenever they do something like on the field, it's like you're part of that. Like it's
yeah,
like you did that.
That's your product. Like you
like,
helped him get there, and that's what I love the most with him. Like we started, he made English music in 8 months. He got signed by a record label, and well, he signed to his manager too. It's huge. Like, and he just starting out too. We're dropping the next song. We're recording the next music video on the 8th now. Next week, we're dropping that on the 20 something. Like then his album is coming in June or like around there.
Wow, bro.
So his first like legit, he already has an album, but like now is like this new time. He's getting hit up by everybody. I mean, Jay Wheeler. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, I know
like,
Jay Wheeler.
He literally reached out to him to like get on his latest like a remix of his latest shit. Like he's out there. He was just chilling in Live with Mike Towers this weekend because they're cool with him and they invited him to the event. So like he's there knocking the door, and like that project is awesome. And the same thing goes for David. Like whenever we drop, like we have a tradition when we drop, like, it usually drops at 8 p.m. or whatever day the song comes out, usually Thursdays. Like he does a live, and like the whole team goes to the studio because his manager owns the studio, and we're there with him when he does the live, and like seeing the reaction and then seeing people like, bro, is the craziest. Or like seeing how happy he is for seeing like his, baby too, like come to fruition, and how we were able to help is insane. And like now now we get to get the budgets and everything, and like there's money invested, but like for the longest there wasn't, but we all believed the fuck out of him, and it was crazy, bro. That's a project that I'm so invested into, and I'm gonna keep being invested into, and we'll see where it goes. Like it's eventually gonna end up like being so big that like we have to see where like all of us end up.
At the end of the day, wherever it ends up, the journey is
amazing, dude. Like
it's more important than actually where it actually gets.
Yeah, I've been able to like be like there backstage with crazy artists with him, and learn so much with him, and like learn about the music industry that I didn't know how it worked before. And then I was able to apply with him the knowledge I have from branding and how important branding is with him. Zach, the director, that he's like the one that runs like the whole creative of the whole image of him, where like we see him more like a brand. It's not even like an artist, and that's why artists like Bad Bunny made it so big, because there's so much more than just the artist. It's like a brand. That's why he comes out and now he has his own shoes and shit. So like it's crazy to see where that can go, and I'm looking forward for sure to working more with him. And it's like he's my friend. I literally FaceTime this guy 40 times a day, so it's like it's different when it's like a friend. It's so like I feel so passionate about it. So
Chris,
let me ask you. We're in the same boat, bro. Like sometimes I forget who I may be talking to, like at least to the public, because I look at people that's literally
bro. Like for example, Carlos Boozer, like somebody so famous, he's your friend, like you
Yeah,
chill with him,
and
and it's
he's
like
my like to me
the
he's not
outside view.
Carlos. That's my
Same thing
boy.
happens with the artists. Like I didn't know what that felt like before. Like, and we talk about it all the time. Like I FaceTime him, he's taking the shit like regular friend. Like and then we go to a show. Like the last one we did was here in Orlando, and he had probably like it was a crowd of people, but then for him was probably like a couple, maybe almost 100 people that were there just to see him.
Yeah.
And it's like to see those people going crazy just to touch him or get a signature on a picture.
Right.
It's like, holy fuck, I'm gonna go to his house and chill with him and see some crazy shit. And it's crazy. Like that's definitely a feeling. Like when you're around people that have that, like is cool, but it's just wild. And I'm sure it happens to you, like you said.
It's wild. People. It's wild, but like it's still. This is my boy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
And sometimes it gets a little like irritating because sometimes I don't want people to like be like, oh, that's Carlos, because like sometimes I just want to chill with my boy. Like sometimes I'm just like, exactly, like I want to talk basketball with him, or I want to talk about his kids, or I want to talk about what we're gonna do. Like we're we'll play golf or whatever, like whatever it is, like and like the same thing. Like when I would go to like Willie's games, and it's like, oh, that's your boy, and that I'm like, yeah. But like I'm trying to get to him to talk about the game.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get to him like for anything else. Like I'm trying to get to him to talk to him about his last at bat or what he did on the field.
Like work, bro, work. We're trying to work.
And even so, you could ask him. Like we'll be in the car the whole way to like wherever we're going, talking about the game, and it's like an hour will go by, and we just went on a rabbit hole about baseball,
talking about the game.
He plays the game, and I'm looking at things differently than the fan is behind me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it happens all the time. And sometimes from like I look at other people's perspectives, and I'm like, I went to this whole game looking at the game differently, and this person is just trying to get Willie's attention for a picture, somebody's attention for, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you gotta stop swinging at certain pitches, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, and that's the thing.
No, but as us being the ones in that position is like, it's cool, and it's definitely like I'm thankful. Like every time we doing shit, I'm like, damn, bro, it's so crazy. Like I'm in this position where he's my friend and I'm helping him grow, and then I'm seeing all these people go crazy for it, and it's like I'm part of that. Even though I'm like behind the scenes, and even now, like me, when we went to Orlando, like some of his hardcore fans like follow. Well, now he has crazier fans and shit, but like they're so hardcore, like they follow the whole team and they follow me. He has a fan page that like literally is the first one to see everything I post, like a story or whatnot. So it's like, even through me, like I remember when we went on stage and like some of the fans on the front like saw me come out first because obviously he's backstage and I'm like looking at the stage. They already knew, like, oh shit, like that's the guy that filmed him. Like he's like, So it's like it's definitely cool, like to be in a position like that, And I'm sure you get it too, or like
But you know, it's funny too that like sometimes because it all goes back to like the gym and in the beginning. Like sometimes like I'll see you post something and like I want to comment, but like sometimes I don't want to like, cause like sometimes cause it all goes back because I'm like, damn, bro, like you used to work at the fucking gym. That's why sometimes whenever I comment, I'll be like, yo, I'm proud of you. Like I'll just text them because I'm like, you know what, like I'll just let everybody else react to, because it's a dope. I don't want to take away from the dope ass video you just
No, so it is crazy, like, bro. I'm so honestly, I never got to tell you, but like thank you, because like honestly from that time, like from that era, you're the only person that I still talk to that every so often you text me like, yo, I'm proud of you, or you call me, or you reach out, like thank you for that. And that's why like I didn't even hesitate when you asked me like, you want to get on my show? I'm like, bruh, like
damn, bro, that's what's up,
bro.
Nah, it's like because but genuinely like I'm
no,
proud
I know,
of you, bro,
exactly.
because like it's crazy to see, but like I'm glad you left, because like it's like I told you, bro, like bro, for like you don't know what can come out of anything. So don't waste your time. Don't do shit for free.
No,
like,
I could have gone a different route, and it's like to see that I went that route and you pushed me to go that route is like
right. And then it's like, bro, I don't know. Obviously, you didn't know, so I definitely didn't know how good you were. If you were good at all.
Or
like,
the situation too. Everybody has a different situation too.
Exactly.
Like I had the right situation, but it's like, what if I had the wrong situation? I think about like, what if I never started the gym, or what if I never done this or done that? And it's crazy to think that like the craziest shit, like the gym, I don't want to talk about it, but it's like, damn, I'm so grateful that I went to that gym. It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
there's always something good.
Look at what we're doing now. What day was it, bro? April 2nd, 2023. Like 6 years later, 5 years later, we're doing a podcast. I met you at that gym. Like it's crazy, you know. It's like it's wild.
No, it's definitely wild. But that's why every time I see the videos, I'm like, damn, bro, this guy was behind the desk.
Yeah, like making smoothies and shit.
Oh, bro, a movie. I'm clipping that up, bro. I'm clipping that up. That's going on the gram, bro.
I used to do everything, bro. Like I used to like.
Then
the videos too, like for the pay, like, bro, it got to the point that like this place was getting over 20 memberships a day.
Yeah,
a day. You don't see that in LA Fitness and you don't see that in commercial gyms, and I did that, and I don't give a and I say it as like I did that because I created a hype, bro, through that social media that people were like they're like, yo, yeah, I saw it through this video, whatever. Like it's insane, bro. And I never asked for nothing.
Yeah,
I never said, hey, I think I deserve, or I think I this, I think of that. No, just what did I deserve? I deserved to work there, love what I do, and move on. And that's how I look at it. Like, it was like that. That was the whole purpose why.
That's without trying to like get into shit. Like that's what kind of what my little comment I tried to get at. But I understood that you were really young. But like I was not gonna try to deteriorate anything that you may have had or whatever, because like relationships. But that's why I was just like, bro, just don't do anything for free, bro. Like just don't do shit for free. Like I'm not telling you anything else. I'm not telling you to leave. Even though that's what I wanted, But just don't do anything for free. Just
and believe it or not, like you saying that, like unconsciously, or I don't know how the fuck you say the word, like that's what pushed me, because it's like when people tell you those things, you realize, like, you know how we are, bro. We think so smart of ourselves that we're trash and everything, but like when people tell you that, it's like, damn, like, oh shit, like, damn, he has a point. I should, and it opens up a different like thinking. But you have to, not everybody, because somebody else will be like, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person where even now people tell me things, and even though I know it's nonsense or I'm not gonna use it, bro, I still sit down and listen to them, because what if I was telling you, I would feel like shit if you just tell me to fuck off, I like, I'm gonna sit there and listen to you, and it's like after I'll be like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like even how many situations I'm into that like I listen to, and then I'm like, what the fuck, bro? But it's like
all the time.
But it's like they're happy that I listen to them, and it's like day of tomorrow, maybe they're coming back for something, and that's the way I think everybody should be with everything, bro. It's like just treat people and do things how you would like to be treated. Or to do things. Like, I wouldn't want to be a dick to somebody, so it's like, why would, But man.
Yo, thank with the guys, kid, bro. Chris, with the kid bagging groceries at Publix, would you have known that this is where you would be today? Cause would you have known this is where you would be today, bro? Is this unbelievable or what?
No, it is, but like, it feels normal to me, and it's like I haven't done shit, bro. Like, I get to do this for a living, but it's like, what have I done? I'm just moving out now, like. I get to live and wake up and do what I love, and that's the part that I love the most about it. Like that tomorrow is Monday, and what am I doing tomorrow? You know what I'm doing tomorrow? Is when I'm waking up. My client, the Forex traders, is picking me up at 8:30, and we're going to West Palm Beach in his R8, his twin turbo R8. Jeez. I'm going like passenger side to film him. Like I'm vlogging it because he's gonna drop it off to do like a bunch of mods to it. Like, how is that even real life, bro? Like, I'm getting picked up by a client in an R8 on Monday. Or like, I've been in situations that I'm like, how am I even here, bro? And like, but being aware of that is the best thing ever, bro. Like, being aware that like when I was at the Allegiant Stadium, I'm just there like, yo, I'm in the fucking field, like, or like I've been in. When I went to Puerto Rico for a week, I'm just driving in this rental car that they paid for me to go there and film. They're paying for everything for me to go there. Oh, by the way, like that's how it works with a solar energy company. They pay for everything just for me to go. It's like, that's wild, bro. Like, it's like they could just hire somebody from Puerto Rico, but why do they hire me? Because like I don't give them headaches. I already understand how the business works. It's like you create that leverage for yourself. That is like, bro, either you pay me a little more, you invest a little more, not even pay, invest a little more, and you're not going to have a headache, or you say you want to be cheap, and then you have like 1,000 headaches. You feel me?
Yeah. It's like that saying in Spanish, bro, lo barato siempre sale
caro. Lo barato siempre sale caro, bro. That's the best saying.
It doesn't fail, bro.
It's literally it's literally the same thing in training, bro. Because I've had clients that'll leave because somebody else is charging them significantly less, but then it sucks, and then they have to come back and pay what they would have paid if they wouldn't have left. So
That's the most like that's where like I feel like damn, bro, I'm the fucking shit. Like when people come back or like this company now coming back to do a campaign after like it's like even if they don't do it, it's like bro, hell yeah, like you feel me? Like, where, like fuck, like I feel like,
and it happens.
I did it, cause that's right.
Adrenaline, like I can go and fucking go do a mile run, like you feel me? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, Bobby, thank you so much for this, bro.
Thank you
this
guys,
is amazing,
bro.
dog. We got to get some live footage. I want to do a live podcast too, bro. So like in a little bit of time, let it cool down, post this episode, and then we run something in person
before
too.
This is how like fucking like I was like before you even I didn't know the IG. I didn't even know he told me it was a friend. I don't know it was you. Obviously I know who you are because I remember you training with him a long time. I followed you for a really long time. So like, but you saw the other day I randomly just followed the podcast page. I was like,
thank you, bro.
Posted, I see, but bro, yeah, I'm excited too to see the growth. And then like 2 years from now, we'll do it again when you have your own studio, and then I'm on a different level. And then now we look back at this like, fuck, remember when we did that? That's crazy, bro. Clip it.
Yo, we're putting that in, dog. We're putting that in.
I do that all the time. People don't understand like how much like you should just video and do pictures and like video everything, bro. Because like from now, 3 years from now, then you really see the growth. With the artist, we have videos of him saying backstage, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get on stage, but there's like 40 people. But to those 40 people, thank you. This video, we're keeping it so that 5 years from now, when I have 60,000 people out there, and it's like, we're doing that and we're filming it. And like, it's crazy because we know he's going to have the 60,000 people. And when he does, like, we get to look back at that video. So that's why I like to say, and we'll definitely look back at this shit and be like, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. That's exactly what we're gonna do. ND, thank you for getting this all set up, bro. This is absolutely amazing, bro. We're done. Time is strong. This is amazing.
You know, I'm not a nobody, but it's like, you know, I'm like, it's cool that you guys reach out. When I first saw it, I thought it was only like sports and like, you know, what you guys do. But then I can see that it's more than that. It's like,
cool,
no, we do everybody, bro. We do everybody because honestly, bro, the point of this, like I told you, is to change somebody's life, bro, and like to be able to show people that things are possible, no matter what field you're in, no matter what you want to do, bro. Like success is possible if you put in the right mindset and you put in the right type of work. Like you can get there, and no matter where you're from, what you've done, like it is actually possible. And especially for people from where we're from, bro, like I really like to put them on because
bro,
like I had so many people look after me when I was coming up and through. Like I like to do that and give back to them too. And at the end of the day, this is marketing, bro. At the end of the day, like people are gonna see this and see like, yo, this man has been doing his work. He's been doing it for a long time. He's been doing things the right way. Like I want people to see that too, bro. So like it's all kind of a collaboration to show people that, hey, this is possible. Success is possible, dog, no matter what.
Of course, bro. Thank you, guys, bro.
Oh, yeah. You guys have a great night, bro.
I had to get this story out because I saw it firsthand. So I'm like, this shit has to, like, we have to do this.
Thank you guys for sure.
Like, you know?
Off, bro.
All right, Bobby. Crazy. Well, hey, we'll stay in touch, bro. Whatever you need, you hit my line, bro. You got me. I'm always down there, too.
No, thank you. It felt super, like, organic, bro. Like I'm chilling. I can keep talking. Yeah, I gotta go back bro. I gotta go see. My parents are here. I don't even know if my girlfriend's still there. But
my girl's
I gotta go back to that little like get together. Not even a party because it's a 1 year old. I have to go back there and see what's up. But
my girl's gonna be like, yo, you guys were on there for 2 hours, bro. I can literally sit here all night and talk, bro. Me and P sometimes we get caught on talking on the phone, bro, for so long. And we're like, we should have just recorded it, bro. Like,
you don't see.
But we don't know because it's in the middle of the day. And he calls me, and all of a sudden, bro, we've been on the phone for an hour. And we're like, yo, we've been throwing gems out. Like, people will like die to hear these things.
Hear it, it turns into something.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go, bro, because I need to go to sleep. I need to eat something too, bro. It's time to relax because tomorrow.
I'm excited to see it, bro. And I'll text you. I'll text I'm gonna find those pictures in the group chat.
Yes, bro. Yeah. Shoot that over, doggy.
All right, bro.
Oh yeah. God bless you guys. Have a great night.
Dale,